FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Good morning. It's gotten a little bit crowded now on Kingston Pike, especially in the Bearden area, as it picks up out here, 40 east and westbound. Over the top of West Hills, it continues to build up through Loudoun County on 75, especially coming northbound up by that Lenore City exit. Plenty of radar earlier on I-75 in certain parts of Anderson, Campbell County. If your check engine light comes on, don't panic. Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings for varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them an entry. They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man? World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute it. I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the booth.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be, so it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
If it's a Tennessee thing,
well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard. Bad news, Bubba. It is Friday, October 24th, a big orange Friday. Hope you're doing well wherever you are listening to this. Cody McClure, how are you?
Hello. Good morning. It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. I'm fine. I am fine, and our fair city is fine. And the women are fine. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to be alive. How are you?
I'm good. I am a little cold, but that's good, at least for the first couple weeks. Then eventually we'll all get mad about it and be like, man, I'm over this cold. But for now, I'm good. Would have been better if Justin Jefferson would have caught a couple passes in the second half. I don't know what the hell happened there. Had over 81.5 for Justin Jefferson. Guy had 72 at halftime. I was feeling good. And then that was a beatdown in the second half. The Vikings, oof, boy. Carson Wentz, oof, boy. The NBA has put out the word of hey, we need something to get people excited and also something to get people distracted from the gambling scandal, because they had two more bangers last night on national TV with a double overtime game with the Thunder and an overtime game with Curry and Jokic. Those were good. Otherwise, we just wait. We wait for football. Sam, you good over there?
Yeah, I'm pretty solid. I've got a vendetta against the trash man in my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
He won't take our recycling.
You pay for recycling?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Out there.
I know you put it out there, but do you pay for it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pretty damn sure.
You put it out there on the right day?
Yeah. It's out there with all the other neighbors.
I'd like to know if you're paying for it.
Maybe, maybe that's in the fine print somewhere that I haven't seen, but
you got to pay extra for recycling.
We just got a
joke.
We just got a bin of cardboard that's just rotting away.
Oh, have you got it broken down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I used to dabble in the trash business a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Recycling feels like the biggest joke to me. It's all going to the same dump.
Waste management.
I was told it does go to the same place pretty much.
Waste
management. That the recycling is kind of a scam, but it is something that makes you feel better. And when I say it's all going to the same place, that's not exactly true. But as someone who, again, dabbled in the trash business a little bit, the restrictions and requirements for what actually makes it into the recycling is really, really tough. I liked still doing it because it did give me at least a little peace of mind.
It's out of your hands.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's your problem now to go make this play put in the right spot.
Right. I'm doing the best I can. Like, hey, I'm trying. It at least gives you something like, you know what? I gave $1 to a homeless guy. Is he going to use it for something good? I don't know. But at least I tried. But sometimes in life, that's all you can do.
What's the point? Is it
to feel like you're not trashing the universe? To feel like you're trying to do your part to help reduce your carbon footprint.
But is it supposed to go to a different? I don't even know what recycling is.
Yeah, is it reduce, reuse, recycle? Those are the 3 R's you should remember.
Yeah,
reduce, reuse, recycle.
I mean, my friend, he's got the recycling cans in his house. I walk into his house and I never know where to put anything. He's got a blue bin, he's got a green bin, and he's got a damn regular trash bin. I guess he got 3 bins. I never know where to put anything. I got an empty beer can. I just sling it in one. I don't know which, And I ask him, I say, which one do I put the? He said, it doesn't matter. I say, why do you got 3 bins here? What's the point?
Maybe like one of them's plastic.
Well, like I said, you're not necessarily supposed to mix and match. Mm-hmm. Like there are some restrictions. You gotta make sure that you got it all properly.
Our tactic has just been slowly taking pieces of cardboard out of our recycling bin and just putting it into our trash can week by week until we just have an empty recycling bin as well if they're not going to take it.
Have you considered taking it and putting it into your neighbor's recycling bins a little bit at a time? Because if they're taking theirs,
maybe that feels a little dirty.
You can also just burn it.
But it's not necessarily dirty if you're doing it like morning of. Like if it's out there, like if it's full, if it's not full, I don't know.
It seems like a good way to make an enemy.
I mean, you could talk to your neighbors and just be like, "Hey, do you care if I put a couple pieces in here? They're not taking mine. We're trying to do the right thing."
That's because we pay for it.
Well, that might be what they tell you because I don't know if you guys pay for it. It is extra. Just something you should maybe consider.
Yeah. That's about it for me.
All right, that's good. Bubba, you good? What's the latest in your brain?
Not a whole lot to report here. Just a big Orlando Gadsden kind of guy.
Yeah.
That guy bought out. That guy bought out for sure.
Cracking cans early, Cody? Hell yeah, bro.
5 o'clock somewhere, Bubba.
I'm just not a whole lot to report. I mean, right now the only game I'm playing is just a dangerous game of gasoline. AKA I'm running on empty. The lights come on, but we ain't stop until we feel like it.
I thought you were like
Jackson Brown
pouring it on somebody's stuff or gasoline or water. Let's take a drink.
No, I was watching a breakdown video of how gasoline's halfway made for the apocalypse whenever that comes.
Sure.
And they're just talking about, conveniently enough, burning plastic and materials like of that nature. And then they, take the vapor and they put it down in this other little bucket that's, condensed in water to where it'll, vapor eventually gets cooled down to where it turns back into its liquid form.
Sure.
And it'd be better if you had a diesel engine when the time comes.
Now, you want to talk about, being better for the environment. That's the real thing there, the pollution. Right in the air, that's going to do more than these empty soda boxes.
I mean, half of them end up, scattered on the road here.
Well, if the Chinese and the Indians would do their part too, then maybe we could all live in harmony. But, they're polluting way more than we are over in East Asia.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know why it is, but their numbers are worse than ours.
How many
So
SEC
I don't
championships
worry
they got?
about my plastic bottles over here. How many what?
I said, how many championships does India and China have?
They ain't got as many as we do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, well.
Brain scattered, John. I don't know how to feel or think anymore.
Yeah, Bubba, you seem like you're really going through it, brother. For like the last 3 months, the brain's just slowly deteriorating. Every time I go to you, it gets a little worse and worse.
Maybe he has Alzheimer's.
That's nothing to joke about.
No, it's not. I lost my great-grandfather to it. It's a terrible, debilitating disease.
You just keep plugging along, Bubba. We love you and we appreciate you. And you just, whatever gas rabbit hole you go down, I hope you come out on the other side, man. Don't drink it.
Don't huff it either.
Don't drink it. You can huff a little bit. Just don't drink it, and don't pour it all over you and try to make a demonstration.
I will say that is one of my favorite smells. It's the smell of a warehouse that deals with chemicals.
Okay. That's probably why your brain's scrambled.
I was never in there long enough.
I love the smell of gasoline, too. It's a good smell.
Gasoline and burnt rubber.
Hell yeah. NASCAR. Yeah.
Also, you talk about, the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, recycle. I prefer ribs, racing, redheads.
Hell yeah. Now we're talking. Ribs, racing, and redheads?
Or wrestling, if you want to feel that way.
Boy, you're speaking my language. I'm going to come over there and kiss you right on the mouth, Bubba.
Fuck her up.
Sam, send us to break. We'll come back. Tony Vitello has made and released his statement. He's answered some questions from the media. We got some Tennessee, Kentucky football, and a full SEC and NFL weekend of football. We'll talk about it coming up after the break right here on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Fan Run is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Give me the gun. A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during Fan Run Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to Fan Run Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studio. It is Friday. Go ahead and pop open some White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. Pick you up a variety pack. Go with all black cherry. Do whatever makes you happy. Cody, what's going to make you happy to start the show? You want to talk football or you want to talk Tony Vitello's statement?
I think what makes me happy is reading this statement from Tony. I'm reading it right now.
It makes you happy?
I mean, it's sad, but
it's kind of brought tears to my eyes, to be honest.
Me too. That I can kind of feel them. I'm trying not to cry.
Sam, have you read it? Have you?
I'm reading it as we speak right now.
How does it make you feel? As someone who called him a rat and said he was dead to you, how does it make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I'm only like a quarter of the way through right now, but you can tell it was a very tough decision for him, and maybe a couple more rows of people at the scrimmage could have changed his mind, it sounded like.
It did sound like he took a little bit of a shot about still being under construction. I don't know how to take it. He's like, they were all on the porch because that's all they could allow because it's still under construction.
Do we want to read the statement?
It's long.
Verbatim. You know who said verbatim? Test your VFL knowledge here.
Who said verbatim?
Yeah.
In Tennessee's landscape?
Yeah, it's a word that only one guy could have. I'm giving you a lot of hints here.
John Ward?
John Ward.
I mean, he didn't coin the phrase verbatim. What was he talking about?
No, but no one else would use that word. He had such a beautiful vocabulary.
I would imagine someone else has used verbatim in Tennessee's.
Someone else in the booth?
Well, no, now you're just saying you said associated with Tennessee. Now you're saying
I'm just saying when you think of Tennessee.
Mike Keith has said verbatim at some point already, I would say.
He probably got it from John Ward. I'm just saying when you think of a man who had a great grasp of language.
It's really just who I think about when I think of people talking with Tennessee.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the statement verbatim. It was when he was getting ready to retire.
Tony Vitello opens up by saying, by now you all know I officially accepted a position to babysit Drew Gilbert. Look at that. Tony just still going with his comedy. What a guy. Drops that he listened to Leanne Morgan to stop the tears from coming. Said he prepared some notes to hopefully help him get through it through the tears.
When you read Leanne Morgan, do you think of the country singer?
Yeah, I mean, Leanne Womack and Leanne Rhymes are the first two Leannes I really know. So, yeah, but then I was like, oh, yeah, there's the older mom comic that was a Vol.
Yeah.
I got an alumni magazine with her on the cover of it. So
Me too.
I know
the torchbearer.
Yeah, I know who she is.
It's so weird that gets brought up today because I just saw that yesterday.
Oh, I saw mine like maybe on Monday or Tuesday, but I got it this week too.
Yeah, me and Miles were talking about it.
I didn't read it. Did you read yours?
I read a couple excerpts in it. I was like, yeah, apparently this woman's a major actress. I didn't even know.
I don't know if she's a major actress.
Well, she's a TV. She's got a Netflix special, and she's.
She's major at stand-up comedy for sure.
Yeah,
she's got a couple of. I've seen a couple of acting roles, but I don't know if people consider her an actress or just a comedian.
She's like a TV actress. I didn't even know about her though.
We talked about her during the game day. Who could possibly be?
Oh yeah,
the guest picker. Her name came up. Moms really wanted her. Vitello did say in a statement that a goal of his is to come back to Tennessee in some capacity. Now he's talking about the state.
That's what made me happy to read.
Whether it's part-time living or some other job way down the road, Vanderbilt, or maybe I'd go back to Nashville and become a country singer or something like that.
Vanderbilt.
Also said, look, I'm sorry, media. Whatever went down Saturday, I didn't have anything to do with that, and I know it put everyone in a whirlwind. It was unfair. Well, I'm glad he said it was unfair because I didn't like the last 5 days either, Tony. You're still my boy, though. Hopefully people don't think I'm a diva because that's kind of how it seemed to play out.
I love the man. I wish he's still my coach.
Said it was truly a thing that went all the way up until Wednesday. Basically went on to say the coaches, all of his players, all the former players all gave him big-time support to go that gave him confidence to go. Says he'll be forever appreciative of that he plans on giving back in one way or another. Sam, through this opening part, do you still think he's a rat that's dead to you?
Not as much.
Not as much
until he goes back to Arkansas. He's just not.
Oh, that would kill me.
He said he made a selfish decision, but one that he needed to make. He says it's the right decision and hopes it doesn't give him Lane Kiffin status around here.
He said that?
Yeah.
I like that line.
He said it's the right decision, and I just hope it doesn't give me Lane Kiffin status around here because I feel like I'm a VFL. I think if someone truly invests in being a VFL for any amount of time, they're just that, a Vol for life. That's what I am in my mind.
That sounds to me like a guy that doesn't want to coach the Arkansas Razorbacks, but we'll see when come to that bridge when we cross it, you know.
He then goes on to talk about what makes people in Tennessee great, which, you know, this is what I kind of expected in terms of him putting over everybody here. That's why I was a little surprised that we hadn't gotten anything yet, but I do appreciate that he took his time to do this on his own terms and do it in the right way and kind of give it to, like, I'm reading this off Rocky Top Insider and Ryan Shumpert, and, you know, he told the media there, like, I know you guys got a job to do. I'm sorry I made this difficult on you the last week, and I think this is kind of his last thank you to them because Tony was always great with the media and was always great at selling this program and knew that the way to do that was through being accessible and nice. You know, he comes on this station. He did a 30-minute interview with me. He came on and played Jam or Not a Jam with Russell all the time. Him and Basilio were boys. Like Tony was very open with everybody, which was cool because typically, like, you don't hear Tennessee coaches not on like the official station, not on has been dubbed state-run media. Now, Rick Barnes has been nice to us due to his relationship with Bob Baskerville.
He was on the drive yesterday.
We need to work on getting Rick Barnes some better phone service or something. I don't know. That's a big opportunity for Verizon or somebody to step up. Or I know Rick likes driving around when he does interviews, so apparently his signal was really, really bad yesterday.
Yeah, that was bad audio, but
like, you know, like Rick's done a good job of doing that too a bit, or at least, like I said, his relationship with Bob has helped us get there. But
football department don't want anything to
do
with
football
us.
Wants nothing to do with us. Football won't even let us go there to practice.
No, but that's what's great about Tony coming on. I used to listen to the drive when he'd do the Jam or Not a Jams, and I mean that was cool, man, to come on and do that and like be so honest and open and willing to do that. Like you don't get that from a lot of coaches.
He said that everyone in Tennessee is different. They're friendly. They're welcoming. That's something that stood out to him. The growth. He's talked about the beautiful mountains and rivers and lakes and talked about loyalty.
Well, you know the TLC song, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. You know the next line in that song.
Brought up Zakai Ziegler. Talked about how Tennessee fans rallied behind him. Used that as as a example of how loyal Tennessee fans were. Then went on, talked about the stars in the state, Morgan Wallen, Taylor Swift, Theo Vaughn, which I thought was kind of funny. He loves Theo, and then Mayor Kane. Danny White's leadership, not just on the financial end with the buildings and the other things that have gone here, just the direction of hiring the right people at all these specific sports sites on our campus. It goes up to Plowman, who is energetic and the same person you see every day. Randy Boyd, he's pretty unique. How that falls in line, it makes it easier on where it's never easy in our league, the SEC, or now across the nation to have success. They put us all in a position to have success. I got one last sheet, I think. Advancements. People elevate their game and their lives when they're at Tennessee. There's so many different examples. My favorite and everyone else's is Peyton Manning. We literally have the most successful on-field, off-field athlete in the world, in my opinion. Maybe Messi or somebody like that if you want to argue, but it's Peyton. It's advancement, and sometimes it's just like if a guy plays here and then people in Nashville will take care of him, or people around the state will take care of them or her because they were a VFL. Goes on, talks about how loud the football stadium is and how all the facilities are first class. Just give a shout out to the restaurants in town, so that's nice. Who doesn't want to sing Rocky Top, he asks. Says even the opposing fans, you'll see them talk about how much they love Rocky Top.
Can we just get a letter from Tony like every couple months?
Dear Vol Nation, San Francisco kind of sucks. I really regret leaving.
Like, I would like to just get a letter. Like, can we get on an email, like a newsletter thing that we just get Tony updates?
I mean, it would be nice if he stayed in touch. You know, he says he's going to be around. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe next year, you know, after the season's over, after baseball season's over, he'll come back for a football game or something in 26. Maybe you see him pop around in a basketball game. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how much he keeps in touch with the family. Now, I do think that whoever Tennessee hires at baseball coach, could help that. Like, I think if it's Josh Elander, the door will feel a little bit more open for Tony Vitello. If you hire somebody and go a different route, maybe Tony would know that his presence would compromise that guy's ability to lead the program. It'll be very interesting to see. But like I said, the finally getting some words from him, it does make me miss him and know that we're going to miss this experience. It's also a little heartwarming. It also just kind of hurts. I'm kind of mad at Sam for calling him a rat. He's not a rat. He's a VFL.
What's heartwarming? Overwhelming and heartwarming?
Yeah. My heart is whelmed right now.
The line about the last practice is kind of getting to me. If there's anything valuable out of this or heartfelt, hopefully it's if that is the last time I ever stepped foot on this campus or this field as an employee or as a Vol wearing our orange. I'm so thankful for the people that showed up. It mattered. It made a difference. I wasn't sure what I was going to do at the moment, but the bottom line is if they feel like it was a waste of time because they were here to sway me or something like that, it's not, because it will forever be ingrained in my memory.
Like, you know, whelm's a word, right? So my heart is engulfed with pain and sadness and happiness. It's just a whole bunch of feelings, Sam. I'm heart-whelmed. Saturday, there was no decision made whatsoever. It occurred slowly the next day, more intensely the next day, and then the following day. I did not make a decision until, you know, he said, I think some of y'all were at the field at the open field, so that was on Wednesday. Basically said I didn't have my mind made up. The final boxes were the freedom he felt from the other coaches and players. That basically they gave him the blessing. I will say this about college versus MLB. The versus is fading, and there is more of a blend going on. College baseball is getting so good and followed so closely by fans and in such big numbers that it is becoming a stepping stone or a version to Major League Baseball on a different level. I think the two are starting to cooperate and work together more, and I think you are starting to see more crossover and will continue to see more. That includes players like Simo being ready to rock and roll right away, which it does feel like we kind of mentioned that, right? That, like, you know, when Christian Moore got up so quickly, that felt, you don't want to say unique, but like it did feel like it doesn't happen very often. Like college baseball and going up against the pitching that you do in SEC baseball, it did kind of have some guys ready to get called up quicker than normal. Like there wasn't years spent in the minors. It was hey, this guy's a stud. All right, let's get him up here hitting as soon as possible and playing. Well, if you're wondering what he'll miss the most about Knoxville, he says the togetherness. So that's what we got. Tony gave us his statement, and now he's gone. He did give a thank you to Danny White. We mentioned it, and we're just wondering. At least a compliment to Danny White and to everybody here. So, he, like I said, he's not going to burn it down on the way out. He didn't.
I hope he comes back someday. It's going to be more intense than the Bring Back Bruce movement.
I don't know. It depends. It depends on what the basketball program does.
You think he'll coach over there after Rick Barnes retires?
No, I just mean what the program does in terms of, the baseball program, if it continues being good, it'll be all right. The basketball program wasn't good when Bruce was gone. It was easy to do the whole Bring Back Bruce thing because A, Bruce didn't want to leave, but B, like basketball sucked and you were hoping that you could get somebody back that made it good. If the baseball program sucks, yeah, you'll have people begging Tony to come back or tuning out the baseball program altogether. If the baseball program's in good hands, you'll probably let bygones be bygones and just appreciate him from afar.
I really could cry. I'm not going to because I don't want to cry on air. I'm not going to be that guy, but I could. Like, I feel that feeling.
Let it out, man.
Sometimes when you just let it go.
Let it go.
I'm not going to.
You should.
No, I'm not going to cry on air. But I could. I definitely could. It's an emotional letter. Very heartfelt.
Bubba, what do you, how did you feel hearing Tony's comments?
I'm happy for the guy. I feel like, in his mind, he knew that it was such a, unique opportunity and that, it was probably selfish. Is it the right thing to do? Who knows ultimately? But just one of those things that you guys got to do to yourself maybe. And, we don't know what kind of headspace Tony was in. Maybe he was getting, fed up a little bit with the NCAA and, not letting his players play baseball properly. Maybe there's other stuff behind the scenes, but very sad, John. Like Cody, I want to shed a few tears. I'm forever grateful for Tony, and as they say, rest easy, Tony. We'll take the watch from here. We'll see you in Valhalla.
That's all I got on baseball for now. There's some names starting to kind of circulate when it comes to coaching interviews and such. You've seen those names pop out. I don't really want to dive into them too much until something becomes, more concrete.
I don't even want to think about the search. I'm just not there yet. I haven't moved on. I know we have to.
We should just leave a hole at the head coaching spot forever in honor of
leave his locker open.
I know we got decisions to make and those boys need a coach and all that, but I'm not even close to that point in the process of this grief.
You think he gets a statue down there?
I don't want to think about that. He's too young to have a damn statue.
Or a plaque or something signifying the World Series.
They need to call it Tony Vitello Field is what they need to call it. The house that Tony built. They need to give him something there at the stadium because you don't have that new stadium without Tony Vitello. I'm not saying to change the name from Lindsey Nelson Stadium, but you got to have something in the new park because you don't have the damn park without Tony Vitello. Oregon's coach, Kansas coach, Mark Wazakowski and Dan Fitzgerald both are sitting managers at quote unquote big schools that have been linked to the job. Rob Vaughn of Alabama is at least being mentioned. See, I think that's a little extreme for him. I feel like, does he not play a pretty good brand of baseball?
Yeah, but he ain't
They're all
Tony.
right. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, he ain't
looks
Tony.
too much like Tony. Yeah.
Every guy's just, he ain't Tony.
Yeah, I mean, I know he ain't
This
Tony,
guy
but
ain't
He ain't
Tony.
coming back.
if you got Alabama's manager, I think that'd be a good hire. Although then later on, the guys over at VolQuest said it's unlikely to actually get anybody from the SEC, which, okay. Kevin Schnall from Coastal Carolina.
That's like the only one that would maybe get me a little excited outside of Elander.
I don't want a new coach.
I don't want a new coach either. It sucks. And like I said, we need to take down that newspaper behind Sam, or to the side of Sam, because I keep looking at Tony and it makes me sad.
You can't erase the memories.
All right. That's all I got for baseball now. Tony Vitello put out his statement.
Cody's crying.
I am not.
There ain't nothing wrong with crying, man.
I ain't crying.
Let it out.
I know.
There ain't a damn thing wrong with crying.
I'm fine.
Some say it's a sign of intelligence to cry, which, I mean, I guess that makes sense. That's
Wouldn't
why
be for me.
Why you wouldn't be crying.
In the future, look out for Roland Fanning.
Who?
Guy named Roland Fanning. He's at Austin P.
Okay.
He's 42. He's a guy to look out for in the next, decade and a half.
I don't care about none of these jackasses.
Roland Fanning. Yeah, we got to move on from that. I got to go talk about something else. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio. No disrespect to Roland Fanning if he's listening, but I ain't got time for that. Let's move on. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Now through the end of the year, we're offering half-price whitening with a cleaning. That's right, half-price whitening with a routine teeth cleaning at Knoxville Smiles. Call today to set up your appointment. 865-539-1776. That's 865-539-1776. Or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Track's batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
You guys seen this Knox News article? Yeah. Have you seen it yet, Cody?
No. I don't. What is it?
They have a guest columnist that is calling for Tennessee and Governor Lee to ban Rocky Top.
Why?
Because we as a state and a country need to back the blue, and we should quit glorifying a song that is about killing federal officers, federal agents.
Well, that's goofy. It's just a song, man.
Says it should not be a song that gets gets celebrated the way it does.
I mean, congrats on the clicks, but like, yeah, that nobody's going to be on board with that.
With recent attacks on federal officers, particularly those against ICE, it is beyond time for UT to stop fanning the flames of violence with this song.
Strangers ain't come down from Rocky Top. Reckon they never will.
In order to prevent the further degradation of our nation's respect for federal authority, UT must immediately cease celebrating resistance against federal officers with the song Rocky Top. Failing to do so would only continue the shameful history of the left-wing indoctrination of our nation's youth to question and resist such federal actions.
I mean, it's
ain't gonna stop us.
It's just
we should also stop celebrating the Revolutionary War while we're at it.
This guy doesn't woo in Rocky Top.
No more "Don't Tread on Me" flags. No more rebel flags. No more Confederate flags. Nothing except "Yes, sir, yes, ma'am." That's what this guy wants. I thought that was funny. But yeah, the Knoxville News Sentinel, the comments to this post are pretty funny, as people are pretty mad. Pretty mad that got ran.
What else does this guy write about?
I don't think he is a News Sentinel like columnist. He is a graduate of the Navy Academy. It lives in Morristown and has published numerous articles on naval policy, education, and foreign affairs. So he's like a political guy, I guess.
You think he follows Navy's football team?
Bub, I don't know. Do you think he does?
No. He should be worrying about their grind of a schedule they got coming up to finish out the season for that last playoff spot.
Are they in the playoff contention?
Yeah, there's
undefeated.
Then North Texas, Memphis is still barely hanging on somehow.
They still play all like the best teams in their conference though, so they're gonna drop it.
I mean, I know we do kind of say, we do kind of say it's federal agents, but as TK1L points out, it does just say 2 strangers climbed over Rocky Top. I don't think we're necessarily celebrating that it is about federal agents. You could just have some random people trying to rob a moonshine still, Yeah, sorry for not knowing Navy was undefeated, guys. My bad. Are they actually like getting like ranked and stuff? Like I haven't seen them as. I guess my group of 5. I feel like it's just like South Florida, Memphis, Tulane, right? Like that's kind of where my mind's been. Is there another team that needs to be on my radar?
North Texas, I would say.
I figured when South Florida beat them, that kind of eliminated North Texas, is what I assumed. But I guess you could have some teams with multiple losses.
Yeah, I think they would just need like South Florida to take a few down the stretch type of thing. But Navy's done. They got to play North Texas, Notre Dame, South Florida, and Memphis still.
Yeah, so South. I guess if they win those, they'd put themselves in position. But yeah they
win 3 out of 4.
They probably ain't going to win those. South Florida, 6-point favorites tomorrow against Memphis. I guess Memphis is banged up. Going to have to go to a new quarterback. But either way, South Florida 1 spot behind Tennessee in the rankings, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, they have our old coach there.
Yeah.
I guess he's going to get a big job somewhere.
I don't know if he is or not. I haven't really seen his name pop up. Now, I do think that if the big-time sitting coaches all say no thanks, that he'll get down far on the list. But it seems like most of these big openings, Cody, are going big game hunting, like going out and trying to grab a couple of the big guys before they get down to the Golishes of the world.
I think he'll get some job somewhere. I don't know if it'll be, the Florida Gators, or I hope it's not the Florida Gators, but I think somebody's going to hire him. There's going to be enough jobs open. That is, if he wants to leave South Florida. Hell, he might just hang out there.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm Arkansas and I could get an Alex Golish, I'd be pretty happy about that. I don't know if I'm Alex Golish if I'd be happy about it, but I'd be pretty pumped if I was Arkansas to get him.
The Hogs.
Virginia Tech, I'd be pretty happy to have an Alex Golish. Now, I don't know if he'd want to move for that, because there is some value to just being the top Group 5 dog, especially like in South Florida.
He can come back to Tennessee if he wants.
Living in Tampa, just recruiting in Florida, it could be a hell of a lot worse of a gig.
Ain't no wintertime in Tampa.
How you feeling about the Kentucky game as the line is kind of ticked back up from 7.5 to 8.5?
I feel all right about it. I don't know if I have a lean on whether or not we'll cover. I don't feel great about covering 8.5, given our recent history up there and the way we've been playing this year. But Kentucky's pretty banged up. They're not a good team at all. Now, they had a pretty good performance against Texas. Like, if you just look at the stat sheet, you'd be shocked that they didn't win that game. They outplayed Texas in just about every facet of the game. They just didn't win it. Cutter Boley looked like a better quarterback than Arch did in that game.
Enough to scare you?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be it's going to be a challenge. Like, I don't expect to go up there and really don't expect to go up there and cover. I expect to win, but it could be one of them that's, not comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know if saying that he outplayed Arch is a huge accomplishment when you actually see what Arch did in the game, but like, of course, the name value there. But hell, Cody, wouldn't be hard to outplay 12 of 27 for 132 yards.
No, man. I mean, Arch he's
11 carries for -1 yards. It ain't hard to outplay 131 total yards.
Yeah, I think it's clear at this point that Arch is not a good quarterback. Texas offense just isn't any good. They can't block.
And see, I think that's why the game was so close. Now, look, Texas has a great defense, or at least a really good defense, a better defense than Tennessee's. But, Texas couldn't put any pressure on that Kentucky offense. They were able to kind of drag them down into the mud and keep that game low scoring and buy time for Kentucky to score, 10 fourth-quarter points to force overtime.
Kentucky, they pride themselves on their trench play. That's what Stoops' teams always they try to hold up in the trenches, offensive and defensive lines, and they've had some good players over the years. I don't think they've really got it as much on this year's team.
Is this our best combination of trench play that we've had in quite some time?
Tennessee's?
Yeah. Like combination. I know the defensive line last year was better, but the offensive line was worse.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think our defensive line has been now when it comes to getting after the quarterback, we've got some great pass rushers.
Yeah, I don't feel like our defensive line has been the issue. I think it's been our linebackers and safety, is what's killed our.
Well, I think our meatheads inside have not been holding up great against the run. They've had a lot of injuries this year, and you lost some guys there. But you are pretty good from a pass rushing standpoint. So when you can consider that in the equation, maybe what you're saying is right.
I mean, that defensive line held up pretty damn good against Alabama. I mean, that's really the first game where it's been healthy and with the rust knocked off of it. Like, you finally started seeing some havoc in the backfield. The Alabama couldn't really run the ball against you.
Well, that's you're right. You're right. They did play well against Alabama. That's not the reason you lost.
Like one of their big. I mean, they only had 120 rushing yards, and hell, 20 of them came from a wide receiver pass on the outside that gets considered to be a rush. Like without that, it was 31 carries for 100 yards. Like Tennessee's defensive line, I thought played really good. At least I thought they played better in the run game against Alabama than they did, getting after the passer.
I agree with that. I just think that was kind of the first game they've done that. But like you said, they're
first game they've been healthy with the rust knocked off of them. I think that's important to say too. Like Jam Miller, I know he was banged up and hurt, but Jam Miller was absolutely shut down. He had 12 carries for 15 yards. Like Alabama couldn't run the ball against us, which made the game frustrating because I think if we had told us hey, they're only going to have 370 yards running the ball, they're not going to do much. I think we all would have felt good about our chances in that game.
Well, Alabama hadn't been able to run the ball all year.
But I did like the way that our lines played against Alabama, like you said. I mean, they're not the reason we lost that game by any means.
I don't know. When I look at our trenches, I think we have a pretty good combo. Like I said, the offensive line, is this the best offensive line Josh Heupel's had? Because it feels like it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't.
Feels like the best offensive line talent-wise you've had, I mean, since going back to, like, when you had all 5 guys in the NFL.
You don't have a guy like Darnell Wright, but you've got maybe a better unit than what Darnell Wright's team had, you know.
I'm not sure you don't have a guy like Darnell Wright.
You ain't got anybody as good as Darnell Wright. You think somebody – I mean, Sanders eventually maybe, but he's a freshman.
I don't know, man. Like Sanders, the way he graded out against Alabama, like, I mean, in his 40-something snaps, I mean, he was really, really, really good.
Man,
Now, I understand you're saying, like, hey, it's going to be hard for a freshman to match up a senior, but, like, I do think you have some pretty high top-end talent on that offensive line. I know Lance Hurd ain't Darnell Wright either, but, like, you got 2 NFL tackles. And Darnell Wright didn't have an NFL tackle, beside him.
Right. I think this is a better unit than what Darnell's offensive line was. But Darnell Wright was an animal, man.
He was. But watching David Sanders against Alabama gave me a lot of hope. Like I feel like we're close to just kind of unleashing him. You know, he's somebody else getting the rust knocked off. Went from 15, 18 kind of snaps up to, like, I think he was. I mean, hell, he was in over 40.
I am excited to see him 2 years down the road. He's going to be even bigger, stronger, and faster. He's already a big dude.
And then I think the defensive line, like I said, it's not the best unit that Heupel's had or Gardner's had, but, like, I do think, to me, we'll see what they do against Kentucky this weekend, and we'll see if the running game. The run defense was more about Alabama not being able to run the ball, or if it's Tennessee kind of getting healthy and kind of fixing it, because Kentucky's going to try to control the ball by running it. Or at least they're going to try to be physical up there. They threw the ball 39 times against Texas, which seems like a lot. But how the hell did Kentucky have so many snaps against Texas? I mean, I know it went to overtime, so you had a little bit more, but, like, it seems like a really high, like, snap count that they had 40 pass attempts and 46 rushes. Like, that seems like a lot of plays for Kentucky in such a low-scoring game.
86 plays.
Good math by you.
Yeah, that's a lot for Kentucky. It is.
I mean, they controlled possession time by like 20 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was what do we say, 39 and a half to 20 and a half, basically? Yeah.
They went 7 of 18 on third down also. They just kept drives going.
Well, that's obviously going to be something that alarms people, because Tennessee ain't been good at getting off the field on third downs. I mean, they've given up some long drives. I thought they were better at getting off the field against Alabama, strangely enough. When it's weird to say that when you gave up 2 90-plus yard drive touchdowns, but, like, the third down conversions, you actually got some stops out there. You didn't let them gut you on fourth down, except for their final drive.
Kentucky's a very banged up team too.
The
injury report, we talked about yesterday. They got a lot of missing pieces on that roster.
Yeah, and I mean, one of their more effective players was Seth McGowan, and he's banged up. He caught 7 passes out of the backfield, which makes you a little worried, with our linebacker play. Like, hey, if they're going to take those short passes and basically treat them as runs, it's a good way to pick up a pretty easy 4 or 5 yards and stay ahead of schedule. He touched the ball, 21 times for 100, let's just call it 115 yards. So he was pretty effective. He was their most important player. He is banged up and questionable. We'll see if he's able to go. But I brought up the trenches just because you said, like, that's what Kentucky likes to do, and it does feel like that's Kentucky's path to victory.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to keep the ball away from us. Their receivers, another thing I have noted about them is that they have no wide receiver play, really. Those guys are not able to get open down the field.
Hence the reason that, they threw the ball so many times to their running back.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have anybody who can get open down the field, which now, the way that our secondary has been at times, you kind of wonder what's going to win that matchup. But I would hope that our talent would be able to take over this week and show that we're capable of playing some defense still.
To me, I think this is a game that, I thought Texas made the mistake of having a terrible offense. This is one where the offense has to win this game for Tennessee. And I say that just by hey, the defense, look, at this point, we know they're not like a shutdown defense, but Kentucky shouldn't score more than what? What's the drop dead number for you in terms of comfortability with what the defense gives up? 20?
20 is the number I had in my head.
Yeah, 20, 24. Kentucky shouldn't be able to really find more than that many points. But we also know that this defense isn't going to pitch a shutout. They're going to give up some yards. They're going to give up some points. To me, it's about the offense. Can the offense get to 24? Can the offense get to 27? Because if you do, then you should win the game. And you should also put Kentucky in bad positions.
Yeah. I don't know which one would you rather see play well if you could pick offense or defense. See one of those groups
play well to their standards or play well overall. Because play well to their standards, it'd be the offense. Because if the offense plays well to their standards, that means they've come out and scored 34 points. And Kentucky ain't going to win the game if you score 34. Play well by the defensive standards, probably still giving up 17 points, and that's where Kentucky wants the game.
Yeah, I think offense would be my answer. I want to see the boys come out and have some explosive plays.
I personally think the offense needs a confidence boost too. Now, that doesn't mean that the defense don't need good vibes. Don't get me wrong. But the offense needs to get out there and get some confidence and have some actual good plays, because I think they've been kind of struggling over the last couple of weeks.
I saw where one of the Kentucky beat guys said that it's a good thing they're playing Tennessee this week, because otherwise he thinks that team would be checked out. After what happened Saturday, that they're pretty much at that point, I think, on the season. But they'll still be fired up because it's Tennessee. It's a team they want to beat, a rival. But otherwise that team may be kind of checked out.
Hour one in the books. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. We'll take some of your comments. Check us out on YouTube, Fan Run TV. Hour two coming at you. Stick with us.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Scottie Pippen
7 a.m.
reportedly,
to
quote,
10 a.m.
beyond livid at Michael Jordan for portrayal in The Last Dance.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
He's upset. You have Horace Grant ripped MJ. La. If MJ had a grudge with me, let's settle it like men. He then went on to talk about the accusation of being called a snitch. Horace Grant said, well, if I'm a snitch, what is MJ for airing out the 84 Bulls and their cocaine circus? What does that make him?
A hypocrite. Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Horace said he's the snitch. Scott Burrell, that was heartbreaking to watch, to see a guy, a leader, to go at guys like that. I understand in terms of practicing, you have to push and shove here and there, but outright punching and things of that nature and calling them B's and H's, that wasn't called for.
1340 WKGN.
What are H's? I want to imagine hose.
Hose? Yeah, like for yard work.
Why would he call his teammates hose? That's an insult people use. It is? Yeah. Men to other men? Yeah. I'm going to start calling you that. You a hoe.
Hour number 2 kicking off in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. If you're looking for a place to watch the game tomorrow and you ain't going up to Freeze in Lexington, we recommend Barley's in the Old City. Brought to you by Jameson, a fan-run watch party. Come hang out, eat some pizza, watch some college football at Barley's. And while you're there, pick you up some Jameson. Might not be a bad idea just to have you a bottle of Jameson at house. Yo ho ho, dress up like a pirate for Halloween. You got your Halloween costume picked out yet, Cody?
Oh, yeah. You bet.
Nice. Sam, you got yours picked out?
No.
Bubba, you got yours picked out?
I'm still trying to decide between 3 of them.
3 of them?
Yeah.
How many parties you got?
Like 1.
Okay.
You should mix elements of all 3.
No, don't do that.
Too confusing.
Yeah, I tried that with Lane Kitten one time. It didn't go well.
Lane Kitten?
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow. Yeah, I was a cat, but I had a visor and a headset and a coach's polo and khakis. I'm Lane Kitten.
That freaked out all the women, I imagine.
I had whiskers. I had paws. It was weird.
Lane Kitten.
That's what I had to go. I've only been to one like date party in my life, like a sorority date party, but my friend needed a date. It's a Halloween party. It's like, that's what she wanted me to dress up as. I said, all right, I got you. We went. It was all right.
What'd she dress up as?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Nor are we friends anymore. But for that night, I was Lane Kitten. So I would suggest not mixing and matching.
I think I'm just skipping Halloween this year because I'm back in Nashville.
Gotta stay home and watch football.
Party.
Gotta stay home and watch football.
No, I'm back in Nashville.
Why don't you give the kids
Family
footballs
business.
for Halloween?
Do what?
pass out footballs for Halloween.
I think
footballs.
I think your brother would be okay if you dressing up for his rehearsal dinner. He'd be all right with that. He'd be like, Sam, that's a funny guy. The single girls there might like it too, Sam. Captain personality. Just something to consider. Let's hit some Hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mug?
Thanks, John. Aaron Rodgers says that he will retire with the Packers when his career ends. Of course, the Steelers getting ready to play the Packers this weekend. Whenever Aaron Rodgers is done playing, he said he's pretty sure this season with the Steelers will be his last, but he wants it to end ceremoniously with the Packers.
He said he's pretty sure this season is his last?
Yeah.
He's playing pretty well right now. If he can make it through the season playing at this level, I can see him coming back. But
he's playing all right. He is.
I got to say that this season from Aaron Rodgers kind of makes me want to see the Falcons go back to Kirk Cousins. No, you laugh, but like I think there's just something to you need a season to knock the rust off after a big injury. Like I think Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles. Kind of the same situation Rodgers did. Last year, I thought Rodgers and Kirk Cousins kind of stunk. But I do think now in sports, I do think it sometimes takes 2 years to come back and be that level of player, especially if you're that age. So I would maybe see what Kirk Cousins looks like fully rested and healthy. Because Aaron Rodgers gave me a little hope.
I feel like Penix isn't that bad.
Penix sucks, man. I don't know how often you're watching the Falcons, but he sucks. He is not good. He is a D-level quarterback.
I feel like Kirk at best is a D-level quarterback.
No. Kirk at best is a B-plus level quarterback at his best. Now, I don't think this age of him can get to that level, but he can be at least a C+. Penix sucks. I will die on that hill. He's not good. He's not good. Indoors, if he can make one read and guys are open, like off play action or something, he can sometimes get the ball out. But I watch a lot of Falcons games because I got Drake London as my fantasy as one of my fantasy main guys. So I watch a lot of their games, and 7 out of 10 throws, I'm like, this guy doesn't even belong in the NFL. So I kind of like to see what Kirk Cousins looks like, but I understand why the Falcons wouldn't do that.
I was there for 18 years, Rodgers said of his time in Green Bay. Regardless of when I hang it up, that's the bulk of my career. I'll retire a Packer and see what happens after that. I got a lot of love for that organization and my time.
It'd be really funny if the Packers are just like, nah, we're good.
They asked me this week if it's a revenge game or whatever. Rodgers said, what do I got to be avenging here? They made me a ton of money. I grew up there, spent some of the best years of my life there.
They made me a ton of money. That's what he said about him?
It is, yeah.
That feels kind of weird. I love that place. They made me a lot of money.
I grew up there, spent some of the best years of my life there. Nothing but love for the Packers, he says. Tyreek Hill, undecided on retirement after his injury when he suffered the season-ending knee injury against the Jets back in September. He says he still hasn't decided yet if he's done playing football. In an interview on the podcast with Teron Armstead, he said he'll make up his mind about his career at some point, but for now his focus is recovering from surgery. I feel like that decision is based upon how I feel and where my mindset is at that moment. I'm happy with the career I've had. I love playing football, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot on you mentally and a lot physically.
You buy the do you buy the Steelers, Sam, as a legitimate good team?
I just think they're what they are every year. They're just going to be a little bit better than most of the 9-8 seasons, maybe like a 10-7 this year.
Record-wise, I don't disagree. I do think they're a different team than they are most years.
Yeah,
I do think Rodgers is playing at a better level than they've gotten a quarterback recently, but their defense is a little bit worse.
I don't have confidence in them making a run in the playoffs.
Right. I understand what you're saying. Like they're the same type of 6 to 7 seed. Maybe this year they'll be a 4 seed because the Ravens and Bengals are hurting down, but yeah, they're not an actual threat. So I understand what you meant.
It's going better than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be a disaster this year with Rodgers there.
Yeah, they lost to the Bengals and Joe Flacco 33-31. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, hey, I came to the Steelers because I thought we played defense here. Like, what the? I put up 31 points and we lose? That's not supposed to happen. I came here because we play defense. Okay.
Any thoughts on Tyreek Hill?
No.
Okay.
No, 0.
Well, a source of ESPN says that bettors allegedly got injury information on LeBron James. LeBron has become part of this mafia situation.
He's a part of it because Damon Jones, right? Because Damon Jones was telling people that LeBron was out. Him and Damon Jones are boys.
Yeah, said that he allegedly disclosed privileged injury information about a prominent basketball player to facilitate illegal sports betting. The prominent player was LeBron James.
Now, do you, on face value right now, do you think LeBron did anything wrong? Like, he's allowed to talk to his friend and be like, hey, like, I'm banged up. I ain't going to play tonight.
Well, I don't know. It says LeBron was not accused of wrongdoing in the indictment. So, yesterday, though, they said that the NBA maybe knew about it and covered it up. What do you make of that?
Covered what up?
I mean, the illegal sports betting. I guess I saw something from Brian Winded Horse, who said something about
they're saying the Terry Rozier injury was fake last year and that they suspended him basically, but he wasn't actually hurt.
If I was the Miami Heat, I'd be pretty pissed off. Now we'll see what ends up happening with them, but apparently, like, this has been going on long enough to where they maybe shouldn't have let the Terry Rozier to Miami trade happen. And if I'm Miami, I'm like, hey, yo, we wasted a first-round pick on that. If the NBA covered it up, I do feel like that's probably going to be a bad look for them in terms of public perception. Because I got no issue right now with all this coming out. I don't think this is unique. I don't think this is new. I don't think people are just now starting to give inside information to people when it comes to gambling. But I do think it being so legal and regulated allows people to get caught now. Now there's maybe a larger discussion. When did you start drinking Black Rifle Company coffee?
That's just what I got at the gas station this morning.
Interesting. Getting ready for the big Miami Hurricane football game with the camouflage?
Yeah, that's what inspired it.
All about the U?
No, I didn't have time to go to Starbucks, and I just pulled into the gas station.
Okay, that's caught me by surprise. Like, I do think there might be a larger discussion coming soon about player props. I've seen a lot of people trying to beat the drum that we should get rid of player props, and that would end a lot of the fixing, which I don't necessarily agree with. I've seen some ideas to just get rid of unders, where you can't bet on people's unders. That way there's no incentive for them to come in and leave.
If anything, we need more player props, especially at the collegiate level.
Which I will say, at the collegiate level, we don't have player props, and I'm kind of okay with that, because I don't. If the pros are getting wrapped up in this,
How many fraternities worldwide would be shut down for a year and a half?
We might need them in the ecosystem, though, Bubba. It's the butterfly effect. You shut down all the frats. Who knows what'll happen at college campuses? We need the ecosystem.
I want to know why player props are legal in some states for college and not in others.
It's just up to the states. Up to the state. Yeah, like Tennessee is like, nah, we're good. And I think it'd be because they don't want to have the college players be tempted. Like, I do think I'm okay with that.
I'm tempted to drive up to Kentucky every Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, last year I had a friend that lived in North Carolina, and I would frequently Venmo him money for Dylan Sampson's overs, because the first 5 or 6 weeks those were money, until eventually it became like 130 yards, and they caught up to you. But maybe there's something to the idea that a player like Jonte Porter shouldn't have an over-under line. Like, maybe it should only be like the top 6 or 7 guys in the rotation. Maybe it shouldn't be the 9th or 10th guy that might only play 10 minutes a game, 15 minutes a game at most. Maybe you'll see teams do that, or states do that, and sports books kind of curve that. I will say, Bubba, you talked about the player props. We don't have that with college, but I did see that FanDuel started putting out yards. I hadn't seen that before. So, like, it's kind of a way around it. They don't do it specifically, but, like, for Tennessee, you can now bet on total rushing yards in a game. For football, you can bet on total – they don't call it total passing yards, I guess, because that would be too closely assigned to one player, the quarterback. But they have an option of receiving yards over under. I just noticed this last night. I feel like it's brand new. Like Tennessee's rushing yards against Kentucky is like 160 or something. Do you think they're going to run for more than 160 yards? That's the over/under, and you could parlay that with other stuff. So like, they're finding some workarounds.
Yeah, the receiving yards thing. I mean, that might as well be a quarterback player prop.
Right. That's even better in case because like in certain games, if your starting quarterback gets knocked out, it'd be nice just to have the
backup too.
Yeah, the backup too. Like fantasy wise, you get Josh Allen. You know what? You should get Mitch Trubisky too. If Josh Allen gets knocked out, you should get the backup too.
You just get the Bills quarterback.
Yeah, Bills quarterback. We get the Bills defense. Why not just give us the Bills quarterback? So you could say it's even better.
Yeah, Brian Windhorst accused the NBA of secretly benching Terry Rozier during the gambling scandal in an attempt to hush up, to hush the gambling scandal. So it may go all the way to the top with the NBA. Pretty wild to read about the Mafia stuff, huh? Did you know the Mafia was still active?
I mean, you saw that photo of Jay Leno, didn't you?
Yeah. When he fell down that hill?
Yeah, I knew the Mafia was still around. Look what they did to Jay Leno.
Something happened to him.
Any other headlines?
That'll do.
That'll do. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
If I had to
SEC, because I do think that, like Tennessee, we know what's at stake here with the Kentucky game, right? You got to win. You got to win. I won't say that you have to win impressively. I think winning is ultimately the only thing that matters. Do you agree or disagree with that, Cody, at this point?
At this point, yeah, I just want to win. I just want to win. That's all that matters.
Sam, do you agree or disagree with that point? It's just winning at this point?
Yeah. Season, it's a playoff game every single week from here on out.
Bubba, do you concur?
I hope so.
I'm not worried about style points just yet. Just get the dub and hope everything takes care of itself around you. But looking at the rest of the country when it comes to college football this weekend, are there any big games outside of the SEC that we should hit first? I mean, we kind of talked about South Florida, Memphis, in-state Memphis, quasi-rival.
Yeah, it's a nice group of 5 game.
Our boy Alex Golish continuing to try to, put his stamp on the season and get South Florida in the playoff. That's kind of the only one that stands out to me from around the country.
Yeah, nationally.
Michigan State's dead. No one really cares about that anymore, which is kind of sad. That used to be a fun game every year. Now it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah, Michigan State's been no good.
It's just an SEC weekend as far as I'm concerned.
Your boy Nico playing Indiana in Bloomington.
They're not getting any love. It's like a 26-point spread. People are thinking Indiana's just going to dominate them.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big number.
Did you hear what Curt Cignetti said about UCLA?
No, I didn't.
He called him a 3-0 football team.
I kind of don't mind that. Like, I understand, like, it's probably a little cringy, cliche, coach speak, whatever you want to call it. But, like,
not technically wrong.
I do think they're a completely different team. So I understand what Cignetti's doing. If I'm Curt Cignetti, I do think that's what I want my team to approach it as. Like, hey, this isn't a 3-4 team. This is a team that's won 3 games in a row since they made a switch. They look like a different team. I do like that.
Illinois at Washington, BYU at Iowa State.
Yeah, none of those really matter. Those are all gross.
Nothing jumping off the page.
No, those are all gross. This is an SEC football Saturday as far as I'm concerned, unless our boy Nico could pull an upset. But I don't think Indiana's going to be in a conversation with us at any point this season. So I'm not even really worried about that game in terms of rooting interest.
How about Houston at Arizona State? That's an interesting game.
I'm a little surprised at how good UCLA's offense has been. Their over-under is only 13.5. What was the game you just said, Cody? Sorry,
Houston at Arizona State.
Okay.
That's a game where you need a team to take an L.
Yeah. Okay.
Could have playoff implications.
Sure. It would make the top 10 of rooting games for sure. Maybe the top 6 or 7.
But, yeah, you're right. Mostly it's an SEC weekend. I mean, Oregon's playing Wisconsin. Miami's playing Stanford. Nothing really jumping off the page.
Sure.
I guess Ohio State is on a bye week. So.
And in the SEC, you have 2 gigantic games. We've talked about them a little bit this week. Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Oklahoma holding steady as a 5.5-point favorite.
Does that surprise you?
Yes and no. Yes, because I still don't think this Oklahoma team's very good. No, because I don't really think Ole Miss is very good either. Plus, they just got, come off the Georgia game.
There ain't a lot of demand for it in Norman.
Is there not?
Tickets, $38.
Really?
Go to that game, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like on the ESPN website or when you actually open up the...
Yeah, when you open up Vivid Seats.
$39?
Yeah. 38.
Hell, on ESPN's app right now, it says tickets as low as 21.
Yeah, that I've figured out that's not always accurate because it kept saying for Tennessee, Alabama that it was tickets as low as $57, and that was not the case. They were like $300.
Maybe it's with the fees in there or something.
I don't think the fees are worth $250, but I guess you never know.
But when you actually click on the Vivid Seats site and you go, it's $38 upper levels for Oklahoma and Ole Miss.
Sam, who do you think is the better team in that game? Oklahoma or Ole Miss?
I think it's Ole Miss for sure. This line has confused me all week long, but I'm just not going to go against what I'm thinking. I'm going to take Ole Miss outright. I'm just going to take them to win the game.
I mean,
3 points.
I think Ole Miss is a better team too, but I wonder what they're seeing with Oklahoma at home there.
Why do you think that about Ole Miss?
I think they're a really dangerous team just running the football, especially. I think Quan Lacey's a really good back, and I think Shameless obviously has kind of introduced a new element to them. As we know with Oklahoma, that defensive line is like one of the best in the country, so that's going to be the big matchup there. But, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of just trusting Ole Miss and the weapons that they've got, and with the way that Mateer's looked coming off of this thumb surgery, I think I'll kind of take Shameless over him too right now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch much of the Ole Miss-Georgia game because I was at Alabama. Did Ole Miss do – I mean, I know they were leading that game. I know they had a chance to win, but was that a legitimate game for them in terms of moving the ball and
Yeah. It was back and forth down the field, I mean, up until the fourth quarter, and then Georgia took control of it.
Right.
Wasn't the first punt of the game in the fourth quarter?
Yeah. Ole Miss was moving the ball up and down the field. They scored their 35, I want to say, on their first 5 possessions.
Well, they scored in the first 3 quarters. They got shut out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Georgia took control of the game, but Ole Miss they were moving the ball for a good while.
Because just when I look at the box score and see that Trinidad was 19 of 36.
I mean, the fourth quarter was like an unraveling. They had maybe one yard of offense at some point in that fourth quarter. It was bad for them.
Was it anything Georgia did, or did Ole Miss just kind of shoot themselves in the foot? Because I went into that weekend, I asked because I went into last week still unsure of Ole Miss, right? We looked at their schedules like, Kentucky, kind of they struggled there. Arkansas could have beaten them. LSU, yeah, sure, okay, I guess. But I watched them struggle with Wazoo, and they didn't look very good in that game. So I still don't know how I feel about Ole Miss. But then, like you said, Sam, they came out and they looked really good against Georgia and moved the ball and looked as if they had been overlooking Wazoo to get ready for Georgia. But then I saw it all come crashing down in the fourth quarter. So it made me question what had actually happened the first 3 quarters. That's how bad their offense was in the fourth.
Yeah. To me, it was just like a Kirby team that said, hey, we're down in the fourth quarter here, boys, and we got to go just nail everything down, and it's just like you choke them out.
It's the meme of the guy playing video games where it says, okay, time to lean up in the seat and play. Like Georgia hit that.
Yeah, Ole Miss was up 35-26 going into the fourth. They scored 5 touchdowns on 5 possessions, and then Georgia quickly made them punt, turnover on downs in the fourth.
And it was, impressive possessions like at the start of the game. 14-play, 65-yard touchdown, 10-play, 65-yard touchdown, 11-play, 75 touchdown, 2-play, 75 touchdown, 12-play, 75 touchdown, and then fourth quarter happened.
So you like Ole Miss against Oklahoma. From a Tennessee perspective, I think we're pretty firmly, Cody, in the camp that we need. We really, really need Oklahoma to beat Ole Miss this weekend.
We're pulling for Oklahoma for sure. Need to get Ole Miss a second loss, so then it's at least a conversation, because I don't think they're going to lose again. They play Florida, Mississippi State, and I can't remember who the other one was, but
South Carolina and the Citadel.
Yeah. So Ole Miss, I don't think will lose again after this week. So to at least have them at 10-2 to where it's a debate. You don't need them going 11-1 because then clearly they're in.
Yeah, I think at 10-2. Tennessee's 10-2 could beat their 10-2 with their only win being against LSU, especially if LSU kind of falls a little bit.
Well, and it's doubly beneficial because that means Oklahoma's ranked when you beat them in November based on that scenario.
Right.
So Oklahoma beating Ole Miss would have Oklahoma ranked.
And Oklahoma would have some pretty good wiggle room, too, as only a one-loss team whenever you played them, that they shouldn't free fall down the stretch.
It's the same with the Vandy, Missouri game. Same scenario there.
I don't know how much style points become a thing here, but well,
that's what I was asking about Kentucky is if you guys felt like we needed style points, because I do I've been saying it all year. I think there's just going to be a jumble at 10-2, and you hope Tennessee's a part of it, that they can kind of have some beauty points that help get them over the edge.
I feel like the committee was like somewhat adamant on like looking at the head-to-head stuff between teams, especially within conference. So like Ole Miss going on the road and beating Kentucky by 7 points, like you'd like to beat Kentucky by 14 plus or something.
Yeah.
They only beat Arkansas by 6 points, so like
Which
that's
sucks.
a common opponent. Like,
well, it sucks because we only beat Arkansas by 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so, like, I think you need
sucks.
to separate on one of those matchups
because we really beat Arkansas by more than 3. Like I think Arkansas Ole Miss was a much closer game in real life, and by real life I mean just like outside the box score, like on the field. It was a much closer game than Tennessee Arkansas, who we had a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. We let slip away because of sensitive, soft coaching.
Yeah, I mean they fumbled with a minute and a half left in the game,
driving to go take the lead, maybe win that game. So yeah, from that perspective, if you could say, hey, we went on the road to Kentucky and beat them better, maybe that matters, especially if they lose to Oklahoma and then you turn around and beat Oklahoma. Those games wouldn't be the exact same, of course, because one would be at home and the other would be on the road. Ole Miss has to go to Oklahoma, whereas Tennessee gets them in Knoxville. But yeah, I mean, I do think their resume is pretty weak if they're 10-2. I would hope that Tennessee, gets the rub there, but you got to also have Oklahoma and Vanderbilt do their job a little bit.
I think it just comes down to the fact that Tennessee will have, if this scenario works out right, that we will have 2 ranked wins in November. And
a big road win at Florida.
Yeah, which I don't know how much credit you'll get for that. I mean,
I still think it's a road win at Florida. Not that it's like a resume win for or anything, but it's at least a road win. It's not a cupcake game.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's not going. It's not playing South Carolina at home. It's not even playing Florida at home. It is still going on the road and winning.
I do maintain that if we can find our way to 10-2, I think we'll be in good shape. I think Tennessee will be sitting pretty at 10-2, but it won't hurt to have some things go your way this week. Oklahoma winning and Vanderbilt winning. And then that pretty much locks it up, in my opinion. If you get those 2 results this weekend, could be a great weekend for Tennessee football. You get your win at Kentucky, and then if you get those 2 to go your way, I think it locks up your path to the playoff.
I don't think you're doomed if you only get one of those 2 results.
Yeah, I mean, you would rather get Oklahoma.
You'd rather get Oklahoma because Missouri could still, even if Missouri beats Vandy, Missouri plays A&M.
Yeah.
At Arkansas, at Oklahoma.
They still got some challenges.
Home game against Mississippi State. Like, it's at least more feasible that they lose a second, maybe even a third game.
Right.
And right now, Missouri currently has no quality wins. I'm not giving them a quality win at Auburn.
They've also got some opportunities for quality wins.
They do.
So
They do.
They'll have to go earn it, though. Whereas, like you said, Ole Miss, the path looks good for them after this weekend. So be good for old Kiffin to take an L. You got to think there's a lot of drama in that locker room right now, a lot of distractions.
Yeah, you would hope so. Like, I mean, I did think that affected Matt Rule in Nebraska last week. I thought they got dominated by Minnesota, coming out the week after all the speculation of him and Penn State started. Maybe it's coincidence. Maybe it's related. I choose to believe it's at least a little bit related.
Yeah, I mean, those players are hearing it.
You'd imagine if you're Ole Miss and you're an Ole Miss player, an Ole Miss fan, you're pretty terrified right now about Lane looking at Florida. There was a report out there. I just saw some stuff going around Florida circles of like an offer to make Lane the highest paid coach to come to Florida, like $13 million a year.
The more I think about it, like I think a couple days ago I was thinking, coaches kind of stay in place now, and Lane says he's happy in Oxford, and then I just kind of thought about it again, and I'm like, you're in Oxford, Mississippi, coaching Ole Miss. Like, in no way is Ole Miss on Florida's level. You know, like it's the Florida Gators. Like you probably take that job if you're Lane Kiffin, right?
Not if you go 11-1. If I go 11-1 and make the playoff, I think I just keep it rolling there. Now I know his keep it rolling is a little bit different because of the way they're recruiting transfer portal more than high school, but it is Oxford, Mississippi, like you said.
Just in terms of status, and it's not like Gainesville, Florida's some great place to be or anything, but it's the Florida Gators compared to the Ole Miss Rebels. Like it's such a bigger, better job. Like at the end of the day, I don't know. We'll see if that still matters.
I was going to ask, do jobs still matter?
Well, that's what like I said at the start of the week. I was like, I don't know if maybe he just stays in Oxford, but I just feel like. I feel like if you got that opportunity, you probably take it as a coach.
When you tell me that Kurt Cignetti is having a second awesome year at Indiana,
well, that's true. Yeah,
I don't know how much jobs matter anymore.
No,
I think it really is just like, do you have financial backing? Do you have big time boosters and fans that give you money to give you a competitive roster? Do you have the support of your administration? If the answer is yes, I don't know how much the other stuff matters anymore. Like, yeah, Gainesville has a better stadium than Oxford. I don't know how much that really matters.
Better talent down there too.
Sure, but you're also competing against, 4 other, Florida schools and Georgia and every big team in the SEC.
Yeah, but it's a state institution. I mean, I feel like you're going to have competition no matter where you're at. Like if you're looking at the state of Mississippi, you're going to have Alabama coming in there and poaching. They're right next door. LSU's right next door.
Is Florida the biggest school in the state of Florida? I mean, I know it's a state institution, but like, is it?
I think Central Florida is the biggest school.
Well, no. I just mean like in terms of brands and like, do you think recruits are still like waking up and be like, man, I want to go be a Gator? Because I do feel like kind of what we dealt with Tennessee and kind of becoming irrelevant. I do think Florida's dealing with that a little bit. Like they ain't been cool in a long time. Like, I mean, like,
Wouldn't that be why you hire Lane Kiffin?
Say what?
Wouldn't that be why you hire Lane Kiffin?
Yeah.
Though, is like a lot of modern college football players like think like, oh, Lane Kiffin's like the cool, young, edgy coach who can bring that brand back.
No, don't get me wrong, Sam. I completely understand why Florida wants to hire Lane Kiffin. But I'm saying without Lane Kiffin, do we still think of Florida as cool? Because Jim McElwain wasn't cool. Dan Mullen wasn't cool.
Well, yeah.
Will Muschamp wasn't cool. Like, Urban Meyer was. Like, those teams are cool. Those teams had it. But, like, it's been a long run of them not having it.
A lot of that shine has probably worn off. I mean, if you think about, an 18-year-old kid right now getting recruited.
Has only seen Florida have dorks as coaches.
He hasn't even seen. Florida's last national championship, he would have been probably, 1 year old. Basically. Right. He would have been a baby.
So it's like I said, like what we dealt with in the 2010s.
Yeah, they're going through some of that, I'd say.
I just don't. I view Miami and Florida, even Florida State, as having more juice. Now, maybe not Florida State deep down, but like
Miami probably right now, yeah. Plus, it's Miami.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know what Florida has to offer anymore, other than just like it's the state of Florida. But I just don't know an NIL when you could pay players literally just to move wherever. I don't know how much juice that carries. Well, so I don't know if it's a slam dunk to take a job.
It's just that it's a championship. And I don't know how much all that stuff matters either, but they at least have championships. They have a tradition of winning there. Not in a long time, but Ole Miss doesn't have that at all. Like, maybe you begin to ask yourself, like, can we really win a championship at Ole Miss? And I do think, before the NIL era, a lot of programs had ceilings. And I do think the ceilings have been raised. Maybe you can win a national championship at Ole Miss if you have the support and everything. Nowadays, you couldn't back then, though. So maybe some of that stink is still on it. I don't know.
Do you want to see – I know you want to see Tennessee win a national championship this year, but – if not, do you want it to be a have, the teams that you thought, like, your whole life or at least the last 10, 15 years that they had a national championship ceiling, or do you want to see some new blood actually break through and win it?
I don't know how to answer that because obviously I don't want to say, yeah, let's just Alabama gets another one. I don't want that to happen. But also I'd be pretty jealous if like Texas Tech won it, but we can't get one. I don't know what my answer is to that question.
Sam, do you want let's just call them blue bloods for the sake of the argument, or do you want some new blood?
I'll take a blue blood because I think our fan base will then start to panic on, well, if kind of not one of the run-of-the-mill programs goes and wins a title, I think they're going to say, why can't Tennessee go do it?
Well, maybe it gives you some hope, though, if like if Ohio State wins back-to-back and they're spending all this money, then you're just like, well, we're not spending as much money as they are.
Right.
But if somebody like Texas Tech, which I don't think it's going to be Texas Tech, but,
also spending a bunch of money, but it's different.
It's different.
It's different.
Like if a new blood wins it, then maybe it gives you a little hope. Like, okay, you don't have to spend the absolute most money. You just have to be on that upper echelon of spending. But maybe you don't have to be the team with the $40 million roster, Like the organization still matters. The coaches still matter. The way the talent jives still matters. Look at all the money Texas spent, and they suck. So maybe it gives you some hope.
Bubba, I know your answer. You're going new blood, right? You want to get wacky. Let's let South Florida win it. Oh, yeah, Indiana.
You got to know, John.
I know.
I don't want Indiana to win it.
No, you've talked a lot of trash about Indiana.
I don't like Cignetti, man. I'm just
you told us all at the beginning of the year how big of frauds they were, how Mendoza sucks, how they don't have any staying power.
I just don't like that Cignetti. I think he's an arrogant prick.
That national championship at Texas A&M versus Indiana is gonna hurt you.
Yeah, it would.
You're two big fraud schools.
Another difference, by the way, Cignetti staying at Indiana, I think him and Kiffin are probably two very different mindsets. Like Cignetti's kind of an old man. Kiffin still somewhat of a young man. I mean, although Kiffin's probably 50 by now, but
yeah,
still young in coaching.
He does hot yoga.
Yeah, I feel like Kiffin's always going to look young too. He's one of those guys that just
depends if he stays away from the bottle or not.
Yeah,
he's off the bottle. Kiffin said he's gotten rid of all the vices. No sugar for him anymore either. No more soda. No more boozing.
He ain't getting no sugar.
Only from Layla.
Layla.
We'll continue the conversation on the other side. We'll get some college football picks coming at you. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Hey, Knoxville. Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Fan Run is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Give me the gun.
A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during Fan Run Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to Fan Run Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, We will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Back on the program. Segment's brought to you by our friends at SM Athletics. If you need any uniform, screen prints, embroidery needs, your sports team, your company, your business, your organization, no matter what, we got you covered here at SM Athletics. You'll get great products. You get to pick the products. Like, hey, this is what I want. We find it for you. You'll get great customer service. I like to think 5-star customer service. You'll get to hang out and talk with the cool people at the Fan Run Sports Media Group. You like the radio station. You like the content. Help keep it moving. SMathletics.com, 865-966-3434. Cody, you've been killing the picks. You've been right about everything in the SEC so far. What are you seeing this weekend?
Well, we're looking around the conference at a handful of games, and I got to say, like Sam, that Oklahoma Ole Miss number is very intriguing to me. I think I would take Ole Miss plus the 5.5, which I said, I really hope Oklahoma wins. I'm pulling for OU, but I don't think they're going to win by a touchdown or win by 6 even. I feel like that's a tight game. If Oklahoma wins it, it's a field goal to me. Like, they're not going to be able to move the ball exceptionally well with Mateer. I think that's going to be a fight for points for them. So either they'll lose it or they'll win it close. I'd take Ole Miss on the number. I like that one. I look at Missouri going to Vandy. I'm riding with Diego Pavia.
Same.
And the Vandy Commodores. I like the 3.5.
I feel like Vegas isn't respecting them still.
No, they're not. I think you're getting a good number with them. I think that's a really good team playing at home. I'll take them with the hook and everything. So I like Vandy and Ole Miss to cover. That's what I like in the SEC right now.
Oh, great pick, Cody. 2.5, by the way, not 3.5.
Is it down to 2.5?
2.5.
Well, I for sure like that.
2.5. Great pick.
I'm still seeing 3.5.
Cody, I just looked when I came in. I was ready.
We'll definitely take 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 for Cody. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, good. Hadn't seen you in a couple of weeks.
It's been far too long. I've been very, very busy.
I heard you got rerouted last week.
You heard about that?
Yeah, there was a clip of you down at Alabama show.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I'm in Alabama. I spent a couple days this week in California looking at some real estate. I'll be hanging out there a little bit more now. I've been traveling all over the U.S. of A.
What are you doing in California?
I got this buddy, and this buddy got this new job, and he wants me to come along, hang out sometime. So we might be going half and half on some rental property. Little Airbnb, Verbo, VRBO. So yeah, we were just looking at some real estate.
I thought you were probably more of a kind of a motel guy. You like Airbnbs though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, when I go to Airbnb,
do you travel?
When I go to Airbnbs, I like to sneak into other bedrooms and look for items that maybe people leave behind. Sometimes I go to Airbnbs and I stay past my welcome. And I hide in closets and watch people while they unpack their belongings.
It's kind of creepy.
And then sometimes when they're sleeping, I stand over the edge of their bed and I go. And then sometimes I take their toes and I tickle them with my tongue.
You're like that hotel manager in Nashville. Did you ever hear about that guy? Guy woke up in the middle of the night to the hotel manager sucking on his toes.
I heard about that guy. He's a real freak. Real freak.
Pretty wild, huh?
Yeah.
You ever been to Nashville?
No. Nashville, no. That's not
I feel like you'd have a good time on Broadway.
No. I'm a Memphis boy. I love Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah. But Airbnbs, yeah. I like to hide under the bed sometimes.
Do you drink?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
What do you like? Like Corona or?
No. I don't want to get into specifics. Let's make some money. How about that? You want to make some money?
Yeah, let's make
I
some
like
money.
Vandy -2.5 against Missouri. Diego Pavia. Maybe I will go to Nashville to hang out with Diego Pavia if he keeps making us some money. Other than that, the theme of the week is hell. What do you think of when you think of hell?
Flames.
Okay, what else?
Fire.
Okay, what else?
Satan.
All right, keep going, getting closer.
Pitchfork.
All right.
Torture.
Okay.
The endless sensation of falling.
Okay, keep going.
Hot.
Okay. Getting closer.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get there.
Keep going.
Monsters.
Monsters? No monsters. Demons, yes.
Demons.
Satan, yes. You already said those.
Demons. Demon deacons.
No. Keep going. Demons, hell.
Devils.
Okay.
Yeah, blue devils.
No, you can't bet on exhibition. I can't bet on an exhibition basketball game. Come on. Keep going.
I don't know.
Any of the weirdos over there want to help? What do you think of when you think of hell?
You know, they're nice guys over there. You always call them weird when you come in here. They're perfectly fine fellas.
Are they little kids?
No, they're...
Then why do you feel the need to protect them? They're grown men, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but I mean...
You don't have to protect them.
I feel like you're kind of hard on them when you come in.
What do you think of when you think of hell? This is very easy.
Eternity?
Okay, you got me there. That's a good answer, but no, not the answer I'm looking for.
I mean,
okay, let's think. Money Monster's here to do what?
Make money.
Okay, what does eternity have to do with Money Monster making money? Let's think about it in the sense, fat boy, of what would the Money Monster be asking about when it comes to sports and betting and hell? Let's think about that. Let's use some context clues. How about that? I'm getting very irritated today. I'm very irritated today.
The spread?
The spread? Okay. Getting warmer. Getting warmer, fat boy. You were over there in Poland getting very cold. Now you're getting a little bit warmer.
Devils, Money Monster.
I already said devils.
Not spreads, but what, fat boy?
Totals?
Heaven is where? Where is heaven?
The sky?
Okay, where is hell?
The ground.
Okay, now think about other words that would be the ground.
The bottom?
Okay, keep going.
The under.
There you go, moron.
You know, you're really reminding me of another guy that...
The unders. Yes, because hell is the underworld. So we like 2 unders this week. Do you see what Money Monster was going for now?
I see now.
That fat scumbag Terry would have got it way faster if I wouldn't have killed him last week.
He had a heart attack.
South Florida, Memphis, under 58.5. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, under 52.5. Do you know place that seems like hell?
Oklahoma?
Okay, that's a good answer, but no. We already used them. 4th pick.
Florida?
Closer. Good job.
Hot.
Yeah, getting closer.
Texas?
No, too far. Getting cold.
Florida. Miami?
Nope, getting colder.
Oh.
Go up the interstate.
Georgia?
Okay, keep going up the interstate.
Tennessee?
Okay, keep going up the interstate.
Kentucky?
Yeah, coal mines are like hell.
Oh.
You go underground in the coal mine, you go to Lexington, Kentucky. That's sort of like hell. And I'm going to Lexington. I'll be in attendance for this game. And I like the Vols minus 2.5 in the first quarter. I think the Vols got to go and start early again. We got to score some points quickly.
We had 0 points in the first quarter last week.
Yeah, don't remind Money Monster. He lost a lot of money on that. Also needed the over in the game. That was no good. Also needed the Vols to score at least 13 points in the first half. All we needed was a field goal at the end of the first half. And what do?
We lose.
We throw a pick six. We don't score a field goal. We give up a touchdown.
The guy running on that pick six looked like someone running away from you late at night.
No, I always catch my guys. Just Google disappearance in Airbnb. Just kidding. Money Monster doesn't do those things.
You got your Halloween costume
He just
yet?
steals some underwear from time to time in Airbnbs. Don't leave your luggage unlocked.
Money Monster's a panty sniffer?
I didn't say panties. Don't assume. I told you I'm going to California.
Oh.
Don't assume. The Money Monster likes everybody. Sexuality is fluid. You look good over there.
I learned a new thing about the Money Monster today. Wow.
Yeah, that's all I got for today. Under Memphis, South Florida. Under Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Vanderbilt minus 2.5. Vols first quarter minus 2.5.
You know what next week will be if you come next week. 1 week from today.
Yeah, I know. Oklahoma week.
Halloween.
Money Monster don't like Halloween. But I'll see you then. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, and I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at boknowshouses.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Round.
East Knoxville.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thank you, John. The World Series gets started tonight. The Dodgers and the Blue Jays. 8 o'clock Eastern time on Fox. You will get to see Shohei Ohtani versus Vladimir Guerrero Jr. How
No,
about that?
I won't. I will be watching basketball. I will be watching the Atlanta Hawks and the Orlando Magic. That's what I'll be watching.
You're not going to watch the World Series?
No. The Dodgers have ruined baseball. I don't want to watch that.
What are you talking about?
It's just not fair. They're not playing the same sport.
Yeah, anything can happen in baseball, man. You know that.
Yeah, that's why the 1 seed in the AL is getting ready to take on the highest spending team in the NL. Anything can happen.
You never know what could happen in baseball.
That's why last year the 2 1 seeds played each other, and the highest spending 1 seed won the World Series. Anything can happen.
One bad pitching night. I mean, who knows? The Blue Jays could get out to it. Those bats have been hot for the Blue Jays at times.
That cute little lineup they have. Let's see how it does against 4 Cy Young caliber pitchers, 4 aces that the Dodgers have. Yeah, that the Dodgers are able to go out and buy. Let's see what that lineup does against them. The only way I'll watch more than one pitch, one inning of the World Series is if the Dodgers are facing elimination. If the Blue Jays get to 3 wins, I will watch and pay attention to that next game.
The Dodgers are looking to become the first repeat champion since the Yankees won 3 years in a row from 1998 to 2000.
Back when the Yankees were ruining sports too. Ruining baseball.
The last time the Blue Jays won it too, they won back-to-back.
Yeah.
92, 93.
Yeah, I know that.
LA would love to send Clayton Kershaw into retirement a champion.
It's really annoying that you pretend that you're just this big Dodgers fan.
It's the first.
It's annoying.
I was
It's
there
so
before
annoying.
they got good.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. Well, they weren't championship good.
They're still good.
They were fine. They
what year? What year are you talking about?
2019.
You're going to say they weren't good in 2019?
They were good. They were good, but
didn't they win 100 damn games that year?
Yes, but they didn't.
They won 106 games. What are you?
But they still hadn't won a World Series since the 80s.
They had the highest run differential in the NL. They were dominant in the NL.
They hadn't won a World Series since the 80s.
I was there before they were good, he says. As they won 106 damn games. Really, they won the division by 21 games in 2019. Cody's acting like he was here on the damn ground floor.
You know who they played? The game I went to? The Blue Jays.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty cool. They won on a walk-off.
Oh, well, there's a part of you that's a Blue Jays fan, too. Then
it was my first professional baseball experience. I had never seen an MLB game before. And I took it in, and I really enjoyed it. I thought, hey, this is really cool. This is really, really cool. And so I said, I'll make this my team. They're pretty good. They're decent this year, but they're not great.
Yeah, decent.
And,
decent. They're decent.
And I've had a lot of fun watching them over the years. They've won a couple of World Series, and I've actually been there watching the games. I actually watch them.
Yeah.
I do.
Sure.
I do. I've watched almost every postseason game.
104 wins in 2017.
Who bats sixth for the Dodgers?
Oh, no.
Who bats sixth?
90. Won the division in 2018.
Well, you got Shohei, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman. That's the top of your lineup there. And then
he's going to be able to get it. I believe in him. Let's go.
I mean, I don't know if I'll get the exact order.
You can't do the batting order.
I know all the guys who bat.
Okay, hold on.
You got utility that's a Gold Glove Award winner this year.
You got Teoscar Hernandez, Kike Hernandez.
Okay, hold on, because you're already wrong in terms of the lineup. You didn't even get the top three right.
What do you mean? Those are the three guys that go first.
Not in Game 4, they weren't.
Who'd they put in there Game 4? Somebody else? It's normally Shohei, Mookie, and Freddie Freeman.
And it wasn't in Game 4.
You got Muncy. You got a new guy. What's his name?
If you can't get the Spanish guy, if you can't get the damn lineup, this is going to really draw into question.
Pages. Teoscar, Kike, and so I mean that's 9. And then there's some other guys that come in. Muncy's been there for a long time.
You've forgotten a pretty big player, or at least a
Will
big
Smith?
name. Well, Will Smith, he was the one who had batted third in Game 4.
Yeah, Will Smith's been there for a long time too. He's a big time Dodger.
I don't believe you've named their second baseman.
The Dodgers' second baseman?
Yeah.
Am I missing someone?
I don't believe you named their second baseman. That's what I just said.
I think I named everybody.
Who's their second baseman?
I said Kike. I said Teoscar.
Yeah, I'm asking.
Oh, I missed Tommy Edman.
There you go.
Yeah, Tommy Edman. That name slipped my mind. I mean,
you got it. You got it. Yeah. I'll give you. Sam was trying to do a gotcha thing. Now you didn't know who batted 6, or even the top of the lineup.
I don't know
because Game 3, Will Smith batted third as well.
I mean, I didn't even know the exact order of the Tennessee lineup. Like I don't.
Game 2 was Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman.
I mean, knowing them in order. I mean, I'm not.
Game 4 against the Phillies. That was Teoscar at 3. So yeah, I don't think you really knew the lineup, but that's okay. You did better than I think most people thought you would do.
Cody, who's their Gold Glove up for a Gold Glove utility player?
What do you mean by that?
He is up for a Gold Glove award this year.
They got a lot of great players, Matty. The Dodgers have got a ton of great players on the team.
It's not like the whole team is nominated. It's one player up for Gold Glove award.
Right, but a lot of guys are nominated for a lot of awards. That's what you got to remember with the Dodgers. Great pitching, too. Blake Snell, Yamamoto. I mean, Clayton Kershaw, he probably won't even pitch. Like, it might bring him in a little bit here, if things are going well, but the bullpen's been good. Shohei, I don't know if you know him. He can play both ways.
Never heard of him.
Maybe the greatest game a baseball player's ever played.
Yeah.
It is kind of wild watching what the NBA did to their players and how much that got investigated. But they saw Shohei Ohtani and looked at it for a week. It's like, you know what? Never mind. He's clear. Everything's good here. No reason to investigate. It's the interpreter. We know for sure.
LeBron's friend, whatever this guy's name is like
Damon Jones.
Ipe Mizuhara guy.
Yeah.
LeBron was for sure gambling.
No,
Just like,
LeBron wasn't gambling. He's a damn billionaire. You don't need to make $1,000 on it. I did like that they said
that's why he can go play $5 million poker games. He's a billionaire.
I did like that they said one of Terry Rozier's family members, they are 100% sure they caught him winning $1,500 on betting the prop against Rozier. And it says he then turned around and lost $4,000 to the sports book. So like he won $1,500 and lost another $2,500.
Yeah, the whole thing doesn't make any sense. He makes $26 million a year. He makes just under $200,000 a game. What's the point?
He's got family and friends, brother.
Give out some money.
He can't be giving out money to everybody. Are you going to name the Gold Glove utility player or no?
Yeah, I named a lot of the players that are up for awards there.
The answer was Miguel Rojas, by the way.
Oh, well, yeah, I know
he
that,
didn't
Matty.
mention him.
I know that.
Sam, what do you give Cody's Dodgers fandom on a scale of 1 to 100?
Tyler Glasnow, don't forget about him. Another pitcher.
What's on his computer, John?
Suzuki.
Headlines about AJ McCarron.
Sasaki.
42. Is that too high, Sam?
44 for my fandom. I've watched every postseason game.
You'd think you'd know the damn batting lineup.
It's hard for me to put them in order. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, even with Tennessee's lineup, I don't.
I'd say around like a 15. I'd say around a 15 or 16, probably.
Wouldn't you
that's
hear
how
that
many
the mic's
games
not
he
on
watches.
with the headphones on?
What'd you say?
Huh? I said, wouldn't you hear that the mic's not on when you have the headphones on?
Well, I turned my mic off so I can eat my banana.
Well, I know. If you weren't wearing the headphones, I would understand. Like you weren't sure that you.
Let's get back on track. Dodgers
on a Friday.
Your fandom's at about a 16 because that's how many games they got to win to go win the postseason, and that's all the games that you watch in a year.
Yeah, well, at least my team's in the World Series.
Yeah, at least I'm a real fan.
Yeah. Who's your team?
Braves.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll enjoy watching from the couch.
Mm-hmm.
This World Series. It's tough.
He was a fan before they were good. Again, in the season, they won 106 games.
Before they were great. I was a fan before they were great.
106 wins is a great season, Cody.
Not if you don't win a title, you know.
Next headline, please.
AJ McCarron is running for Alabama Lieutenant Governor.
Next headline, please.
You're
Next
not
headline,
interested
please.
in AJ McCarron's
Next
political
headline,
run?
please. Next headline, please.
That's a big story. It's big news.
Next headline, please.
Oklahoma will be installing padded walls after the injury they had to a player a few weeks ago. They are installing new padding around Owen Field.
Their fans are going to need padded walls after I drive them crazy when we kick their ass in, 8 days. How about that? They're going to need padded walls because they're going to go insane with the way I go back and taunt them from all the arguing they did with me last year. Yeah. I'm going to drive them loco.
The wide receiver Keontez Lewis ran headfirst into a brick wall 3 weeks ago.
He should have stopped. Why would he do that?
That guy literally was willing to run through a brick wall for Coach Brent Venables.
Did he make the catch?
I don't know if he did or not. I don't remember
I don't remember seeing the highlight of him running into the wall.
Puts a new meaning on the run through a brick wall for the coach, Well, the Knox News Sentinel, they're really at it today, aren't they? 100 simulations of the Tennessee-Kentucky matchup suggest that the Wildcats could have the Vols over a barrel, says the Sentinel.
What does that mean? Over a barrel. What does that mean?
This week we ran 100 video game simulations.
Video game simulations? That's what the Knoxville News Sentinel is doing.
Yeah.
I get it when you have some content creators that want to do it. Some bloggers on some fan websites. I'm not even putting people down that do the video game simulations. I think they're dumb, but I get it. Sometimes you got to have content. I'm not mad about when other people do it, but the damn newspaper, is the newspaper not supposed to have some journalistic standards?
Well, when you outsource half of it to USA Today.
Who wrote this? Who wrote this? AI? Who wrote it? Scroll up. Who did it?
Ryan Willis and Keenan Thomas.
It took two of them to write this article?
Yeah, and look at it says while the Tennessee Volunteers went 61-39 across 100 simulations against the Wildcats, 6 of those were overtime nail-biters that could have gone either way.
Did they win this? They won all 6 overtime games?
Yeah, I guess so. Another 17 Tennessee wins were decided by less than 7 points, meaning every score could matter come Saturday. That's not what that means. That does not mean every score could matter come Saturday. What are you talking about?
That's what the Knoxville News Sentinel has been reduced to?
That's where we're at. I mean, come on, boys.
Where's this at? Where did you find this?
Knox News.
Did they tweet it out? I need to go find this.
I don't know. It was on my homepage.
I need to go complain online. I need to pull a page out of Sam's book and go be a complainer. Whine.
This ain't journalism.
Yeah, what the hell are we doing here? What's their Twitter? Knox News?
Probably Knox News, yeah.
Yeah, I got there. Just hold on.
Tony Vitello's the number 2 headline on ESPN here. His letter to the fans.
A lot of hostility on today's show.
Oh, there always is, Matty.
I do like the Knox News. Well, this is weird to me. Like the second thing on their Twitter account, want to watch the No Limit versus Cash Money versus battle? Here's how.
What? I don't even know what that is.
The No Limit versus Cash Money battle? You don't know what that is?
Is that a rap contest?
Is that what you think it is?
I think so, yeah. Either that or like a prize fight of some sort.
It's a rap battle. It is true. Are you familiar with the versus competition?
No.
Like when artists go like song for song?
No, I don't.
So basically like during COVID, they got popular. 2 artists would be like, hey, we're going to play our 20 biggest hits. And we're going to go, I go one, then you go one. And then we'll kind of see who wins that round, who's got the bigger song. Then I go next, then you go next. Do you know who Cash Money is?
Some rapper?
No. Come on, you know who Cash Money is.
That's not a name.
You know who Cash Money is. Come on.
I don't know who that is.
You know who it is. Come on. I believe in you. Who is Cash Money?
Is that a fighter?
No.
I don't know.
Who is No Limit? Who's No Limit?
I don't know. I don't know these people.
I don't think you know who No Limit is, but you know who Cash Money is.
Cash Money?
Cash Money.
I don't know anything about Cash Money.
You always talk about your street cred and, I know old music. I know old music. I know this, and this. You don't know Cash Money?
I know Biggie and Tupac.
Okay, and
Cash Money, I guess. I know Jay-Z.
Okay.
I know Nas.
Okay.
I don't know anything about Cash Money.
Never heard of Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Well,
is that a song?
It's record label. Cash Money
I
Records.
don't know that.
You always claim to be some big expert.
I mean, I've heard Lil Wayne
No
say
Limits,
Cash Money.
No Limit, of course. The No Limit Soldiers, Master P and his group. They're going to go like just group record label versus record label. But why is this on the Knox News? Why are they tweeting that out? 80-year-old sends softball teammates a heartfelt thank you text at 2 a.m. What is this all AI slop?
They don't have any writers over there probably anymore because none of you people pay the 99 cents a year for the paper anymore.
Profit by using accountants as business consultants, writes Samuel French. That's another tweet story.
They got to outsource everything because everybody quit reading newspapers.
Temps in Tennessee are dropping. What's the ideal temperature to set your thermostat?
That's like a yearly post.
Yeah.
Experts say you should set it at 84 degrees.
Drug ads increase healthcare costs, is an opinion. Oh, I kind of like that one. Okay. Any other headlines?
I guess you won't be subscribing to the paper anytime soon, huh?
Well, no. No, I don't think I will be. Not if I can get all the good news on their Twitter feed.
J.J. McCarthy nears his return as Carson Wentz fights through pain in last night's loss.
There is a brand new experience you can expect at the new Smoky Stadium this season.
Is it a concert?
I don't know. I'm not going to click it.
No.
Apparently, there's a penny shortage among retailers. And that's the news, according to Knoxville News Sentinel. All right, Sam, send us to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Knoxville, get ready. The big sports show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget, all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at bigsportshow.com. That's bigsportshow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at knoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Today, the drive is going to be live out at Casual Pint North Shore. Go by, hang out with the guys, get a sample of the Casual Pint North Shore's new Thanksgiving turkey sliders, get you a cold beverage, but most importantly, get signed up for the Fan Run box. What's in the box? Thousands and thousands of dollars worth of goodies. You're going to want to win it. You can do that by getting entries into our drawing. Those entries will all be jumbled up and put into a big bucket that will be pulled out next Friday.
A lot of great stuff in the box. Lots and lots of great stuff. There's a first aid kit. There's a quart of motor oil.
Who can't use motor oil?
Everybody can use motor oil.
Who couldn't use good tube and motor oil? Anybody.
Flashlight.
I feel like a good flashlight's hard to beat too.
Yeah.
You didn't mention in headlines, newsman, that Mike Keith announced his team for basketball this year.
Yeah, I heard that yesterday afternoon. Must have slipped my mind.
Mike Keith and Chris Lofton. Mike Keith and Chris Lofton will kind of be seen as the the go-to team. John Wilkerson's gonna help out, help Mike Keith, and Steve Hammer is going to help as well.
Steve Hamer, John Wilkerson, Chris Lofton, Mike Keith. How about that? Said John Wilkerson's going to be helping with play-by-play and color.
Yeah, I don't exactly understand the schedule all the way. But, yeah, Mike Keith, bring Chris Lofton back in the mix there. They will each bring unique perspective, energy, and passion for the game. And together they will deliver an insightful and energetic broadcast experience for Vol fans everywhere. On Sunday, you get your first look at the basketball team. Tennessee welcomes in number 6 Duke, 7 p.m. start.
I'm excited for that one.
It's later than I thought it was going to be, which it's kind of nice. I mean, at least you get to watch the first half kind of uninterrupted from NFL, like the Sunday Night Football and everything. It'll be nice to kind of be able to turn on basketball. Versus, for some reason, this whole time I assumed it was like at 3 o'clock. I feel like that's what time the Indiana game was last year. I just kind of assumed that's what was happening here. But no, this is going to be prime time, ESPN2 on Sunday night.
Yeah, the first hour and 20 minutes or so will be before Sunday Night Football. So there'll be a little crossover, but not major.
Sam, how much do you care about this exhibition?
A lot. I'm very interested in this one. I mean, I think it's nice to be able to get these exhibition games, just being able to kind of stack yourself up against one of the other better teams in the country. And I think this is, a team that you would like to be able to kind of play against in March Madness type of thing. Those are the type of programs that you want to be able to go up there and play against at the end of the season. So being able to kind of get a measuring stick on where your team's at and late October, I think, is super beneficial, especially when you've just got a lot of new faces on this team this year.
Maddie, you going to be there in the student section? Do you care about the exhibition?
I couldn't care. I think it's meaningless. Okay. I look at last year against Indiana and the big uproar when Tennessee didn't play that well and how that was going to dictate the season. I remember being on the show with Tucker and with who produced that show?
Some other guy.
Yeah. Brett, maybe.
Brett, yep. So I never understood the exhibitions. They're just a reason to go up and down the court. It means absolutely nothing. These guys aren't playing hard.
See, I disagree there. I do think they'll play hard because I do think that this team is going to have to figure out their roles. So I don't think a lot of those guys can afford to loaf, to go out there and go through the motions. Now, do I think Rick Barnes is coaching as hard as he would during a regular season game? Not exactly. And he kind of referenced that on the drive, was like, against Indiana, down the stretch especially, I kind of ruined some of our momentum by putting in some guys and trying some things that I wouldn't necessarily do during a regular game. But I don't think effort will be a problem.
I don't think you're going to see Cade Phillips dive on the floor head first for basketball.
I disagree. I think you will. And I'm going to send you the video whenever he does lay out because I do think he's a type of hustle player that doesn't turn it off. I bet Cade Phillips dives around and pick up basketball and dives around in practice as well.
If they don't play well, don't look at it as anything other than it's an exhibition.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, Maddie, don't tell me what to do. Second of all, yeah, I'm not saying to overreact to it. I don't think you overreact to it, but I do think you can learn some stuff. The exhibition against Michigan State 2 years ago, I think, was Dalton Connect's coming out party. Like, he went up there and balled out, had a couple big highlight plays, and I think, at least I remember being like, oh, this guy's going to be different than we think. This guy's got a chance to be something special, and, of course, it bore out that way. Last year against Indiana, some people did get down on the team, so I understand what you're saying. Don't get down on the boys if it doesn't work out.
That team went to the Elite Eight.
And was pretty good in the regular season too. So I think you can see stuff individually. I think you could. I'm excited to see the first look at Nate Ament. Do I think he's going to be a finished product in the first exhibition of the season? No. I think Nate's going to be a guy that gets better as the season goes on. I don't think he'll be as good in Las Vegas for the Players Era tournament as he will be in February and March. So, yeah, it's important to keep perspective. But don't you ever, Maddie, tell me what to do.
I mean, call it exhibition or not, but this is one of the most talented teams that you're going to play against the entire team, and I think you need to prepare and play like that.
Well, I just think this team in general needs to play and prepare hard. I think Rick Barnes is going to play and prepare hard every day too. And maybe this one will be a little bit different because it is like on ESPN2 and it is a top 20 matchup. So like maybe if the game is close to 10 minutes, Rick, unlike last year, will actually put pedal to the metal to see like what the guys can do in crunch time and actually go for the win and coach it as if he needs to win it. But I think at the very least, it's cool watching Boozer and Ament go head to head. Like those are 2 top 5 picks in the draft, and this will be used to evaluate both of those guys. Now, I don't think it's the major data point. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to be a difference between picking one and not picking one. But like this footage will be used on draft B-roll in next June or whatever. Like this will be used. These are 2 elite freshmen going head to head.
Boozer's on the court. Boozer's in the stands. What a time.
What a time.
What do you think about Chris Lofton being on the team? Those other 3 guys have broadcast experience. Does Chris Lofton have any broadcast experience?
No, but I think he is a fan favorite, of course. Like Chris Lofton, still a lot of people's go-to in terms of favorite Vol ever. But I think Mike Keith is such a pro. Like, do you need a lot of experience to be able to go in there and talk about your experiences as a player and just kind of look at the game from that perspective? Like, I wouldn't want a first-timer getting his first play-by-play job, for Tennessee games. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want somebody doing that first time ever. Like, you got to go cut your teeth somewhere else. But as far as a color commentator, like, I don't think that necessarily matters. Like, Tom Brady, Tony Romo, those guys, that happens all the time in that sport, right?
Right.
Or not that sport, but in that area. Yeah. Players usually do just come straight from playing into doing that.
I was just kind of surprised to hear Lofton's name. I didn't know he was, I guess he's living around here.
I didn't expect that either until I saw the guest list on Mike Keefe's, podcast / YouTube show. Whenever I saw that they were getting set to announce it, then I saw that Lofton was on the show. I kind of put 2 and 2 together, but yeah, like I didn't even really take him into account. I think everyone kind of thought Ron Slay, who does do the media, made a lot of sense, but he's got such a good gig with the SEC network that, I think he likes being on TV.
I mean, it'd be cool having Lofton, getting to hear his perspective. I mean, he's one of the 5 best Tennessee basketball players ever, Guy's got his jersey retired, so VFL status to the max.
I am interested to see how he does, though, and hear him because, like you said, no experience, but also, like, he's a pretty soft-spoken guy. Like Ron Slay, of course, makes a lot of sense. Like he's got hoots and hollers and gets loud and lives it.
Yeah.
Lofton, and every time, we talk to him on the show, and, anytime I've heard him speak, he's pretty reserved, pretty calculated. I'm interested to see how that goes on air. Sam, send us to break. We'll come back. We'll talk some NFL weekend, some last thoughts on Tennessee, Kentucky, all those things. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Merritt Garage Doors and Services has been serving the East Tennessee community since 1963. At Merritt, quite simply, the customer comes first. Their door specialists will not try to needlessly upsell you because they are not commission-based like other places. This allows them to focus on your needs and not their pockets. They offer a range of beautiful garage doors in a variety of styles to suit the architecture of your home, and they will supply and install a wide range of garage door openers and accessories to take your garage door to the next level. To request a quote or schedule a service repair call, visit merrittgaragedoor.com.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
to college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles, unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear! Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311. We ain't talked much NFL this week. Didn't even do a MySpace top 8. Didn't even do a power rankings. Anything you want to note, Cody, with your MySpace top 8? Anything you want to say? We got caught up in Vitello watch.
Yeah, I mean, just, the Colts feel pretty legit. I like the Colts. Like the way they're playing football.
Good news for the Colts is they got a free win this week against the Titans. 14.5-point favorites. The Colts are doing kind of that thing. They're taking that step as a football team where you just can count on them to beat the hell out of teams overmatched. It's kind of like what Josh Heupel started doing in 2021 and hopefully what he does on Saturday nights in Lexington. But, yeah, the Colts minus 14.5. I don't know how you wouldn't like their chances there of winning that game by at least 20.
Seems like it could go that way. You got an intriguing Sunday night football with Rodgers and the Packers angle. Dallas at Denver, I feel like, is a fun game.
Dallas is must-see TV just in the sense of, like, that offense is really fun. That offense is really good, and Dak's playing really high ball. Broncos are kind of a tough watch, though, I feel like.
Yeah. I like watching the Broncos myself, but
yeah.
The slate, not great Sunday. It's not a premier NFL slate by any means. What game stands out to you? I mean, Chicago at Baltimore.
When you tell me that 3 of what I would consider the top 8 teams in the league are off, you're going to have a little bit of a downtime. Like the Lions, who I think are, one of, if not the most intriguing teams to watch, the funnest teams to watch. The Rams, kind of the same thing when they're rolling. And the Seahawks, who have been really, really good. I know we don't necessarily think of them in that same tier, but that's 3 of the probably 7 or 8 best teams. Then you put the Chiefs, who are another one of those teams. You put them on Monday night. All of a sudden you look around, and then, yeah, it's a pretty light Sunday slate.
Yeah, I like Dallas and Denver, and then, of course, I'll watch Sunday Night Football, but Buffalo at Carolina could be a little tricky for the Bills.
Joe Flacco is actually, I think, him and the Bengals are one of the more intriguing things in the sport right now. Just the way he played last Thursday and knowing they get the Jets on Sunday with a chance to get back to 500. Like, there's a chance the Bengals, come out of the weekend only 1 game back in the division. If the Steelers lose to the Packers, like they are favored to do so, and the Bengals take care of business against the winless Jets like they're expected to do so, there's a chance the Bengals look around and they feel pretty good about themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they should beat the Jets. Everybody else does. So I don't know why you'd lose.
The Bucs only being favored by 4.5 in New Orleans. I know it's the NFL. I know it's a road game. The Bucs play everybody close, but like that, it's hard to take the Bucs seriously as a championship contender if they're not expected to beat the Saints by more than 4.5 points.
Well, it's a division game.
Sure.
Which makes it, maybe a little bit of a closer line.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tampa Bay, they didn't look like they belonged on the same field the other night with the Lions.
No, but that makes me expect a big bounce back for them. That makes me think that 4.5's low, right? Like the fact that they didn't look good, I imagine they stew over it. No Mike Evans, but like I do still kind of like that receiving core, which is funny because they didn't really got too many big names in it, at least like big name values. Like Buka's a rookie, although he's already a star. But I kind of like this Tez Johnson guy too.
The Eagles and Giants could be kind of fun. I mean, the Eagles aren't fun to watch, but
it's at least a revenge game.
Yeah, and the Giants, I mean, they got some fun pieces, man. I mean, they're a fun young team with Jackson Dart and Scatterbo and those guys there. So.
Giants kind of punked them when they played a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they did.
But I expect that to be kind of a get-right game for the Eagles. It's kind of making me sick, Sam, but it does feel like the Patriots are so destined to just kind of win 12 games and maybe be in the mix for like a 1 seed. When I see they play the Browns this week.
With that schedule, anything's possible.
Yeah, like the schedule's super easy, and they are, favored to win their 5th game in a row against the Browns.
It's a real shame they beat the Bills because you'd just be able to make fun of them so much more if they didn't.
Yeah, if I was a Patriot supporter, I'd be like, it's a real shame we lost to the Raiders of all teams. Like we lost a home game against the Raiders. How the hell did that happen? They're terrible.
That's the NFL.
And then they dominated the Steelers. They just kept fumbling that one game. Like there's a pretty real reality, a pretty feasible reality that they're undefeated.
I think there's a lot of intrigue around this Bears-Ravens game.
Okay. Yeah, Lamar Jackson expected
Bears, where if you get that win, you go to 5-2. They play the Bengals and the Giants their next 2 games, and then if the Ravens lose, like 1-6 sinks them. But I feel like if you get to 2-5, you've got some gettable games here down the stretch for them with Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets is your next couple.
So that's the most intriguing kind of 1:00 game in your opinion. Bears-Ravens
I just think that like swings either team's season around big time. Like I think the Ravens could maybe find some life a little bit with talking about how that division just feels pretty average. And then I think the Bears could kind of start to become somewhat of a player in the NFC. I don't want to say contender just yet.
49.5 seems low if Lamar's going to play. Seems a little low.
The problem for the Ravens is they've just got like literally no room for error at this point.
They've lost a lot of it.
There's not much you can do there.
They pretty much got to go 9-2 down the stretch to feel comfortable. To get to 10-7, you got to go 9-2 down the stretch. Yeah, that's not a lot of wiggle room.
These next 5 games, though, I mean, I think they do have to pretty much go undefeated in those next 5. But if you can go pretty much undefeated in that stretch, the back end of your schedule is like a ton of divisional games that I think will ultimately be easier to kind of swing the division.
Right. Yeah. Bears, at Dolphins, at Vikings, at Browns, Jets, Bengals. Yeah, I mean, like they got a schedule they can make up some ground, but like Sam said, if they lose to this hot Bears team, maybe that goes the opposite direction. Lamar, at least like back on the practice field. We'll see if he plays. I assume he plays. Cody, just want to note, Sunday is National Tight End Day. I've gotten so many messages about that.
I'm sure you have after last year's big win.
Yeah, I've gotten so many messages about that.
Guy won $500,000 last year.
And that's not true. Almost.
No, but it was a lot.
Almost. You need to quit watching my pockets, by the way, too.
Well, you made it public.
Yeah, but we don't have to keep talking about it a year later. We don't have to keep talking about it a year later. And it doesn't give you a free pass to not pay me what you owe me. You keep talking about it as if that's going to make me forget that you owe me money.
Guy won $86,000.
About got even on the year last year.
Parlay.
About got even on the year last year. Tucker Kraft, Trey McBride, he would have been $500,000, and he had like 120 yards that day.
Yeah,
he came close. Just couldn't score that damn touchdown.
He does score a lot of them typically.
Damn. No.
What were your
no,
gut feelings this year?
Well, I was looking last night because I kept getting texts, and they've completely throttled down the odds.
Really?
Like last year, a lot of the tight ends were like plus 250, some plus 300. Like pretty much every tight end is like plus 180 at best. Yeah, like they're not going to fall for that again. So there's not as much value in it. It's like I'll still probably do something, but
it's all your fault. They saw one big bet get hit, and they said, we got to juice these odds.
I think that might be – I mean, I don't think I was the only person that did it, but, yeah, I do think they realized, like, it did seem like game plans did have, like, hey, let's throw the tight end on National Tight End Day built into it, and they're taking that into account. Also stinks that, like, some of the best tight ends, like I talked about with Laporta, he's out, on a bye week. Like, that kind of stinks. Kelsey's on a Monday. Does that still count as National Tight End Day? I don't know. Something to keep an eye on. Last call on the other side. We'll get our Tennessee-Kentucky predictions on record. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fan Run and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Hey, Pack Rat. Yeah, you. Are you moving cross-country and you just don't know who to call? Call us right now. Listen, you've probably seen one of our containers in your neighborhood, but did you know that we can help you move anywhere in the United States? It's real simple. We'll drop a container off at the location you tell us to bring it to. You pack up your valuable possessions at your leisure. They stay safe right in your home. And when you're ready, call us. We'll come and pick up the container and give you a scheduled date of when your furniture and the other possessions will be at your new home. So if you're moving across country or across town, be a Pack Rat. Join the Pack Rat family. Call Pack Rat right now for your free quote. See y'all later, Pack Rats.
Call 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. That's 800-965-1298.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Last call here on the program. All right, Maddie, it's time for Maddie's Take of the Week. Give me your hottest, your freshest take that you want to get on record. What have you been thinking about all week? What are you looking forward to the weekend? The floor is yours, whatever you want to say.
Oh, I'm happy the NBA's back. And with that, I look at players that are either overhyped or underhyped, but it's very hard not to look at the shining star that is Victor Wembanyama and say, wow, the league's in trouble.
How about that? I give this is the best hot take artist I got in the biz. Maddie, I've been trying to groom this kid and turn him into a damn hot taker. And I give you the floor for the first ever time, Maddie's fresh take of the week. And you come up with Victor Wembanyama. Wow.
Listen,
I can't get that anywhere else, Maddie.
Listen, I've watched basketball my entire life, and I've never seen.
Are you
anything.
sick?
No.
Clear your throat. Let's go. This is the beginning and the end of Maddie's take of the week.
Yeah. No, I'm good. This is the most unreal thing I've ever seen in my entire life. His ability to get to his spots, his ability to create space, his ability to score against one of the greatest defenders to ever play the game, and Anthony Davis, is like something I've never seen. And it just shows you that as long as he can stay healthy, which is a big if, is the league's in trouble.
It's really annoying that he's on the Spurs.
Yeah.
I find that really annoying. But yeah, I do think it's good. I do think it's good, obviously, for him to be what feels like must-see TV. And the fact that it's nice to have a player that you feel like you want to tune in to watch because you might see something you've never seen before. We still like that in sports. I know Cody hates him because he's French and he's not American and he doesn't play for a big market. He only likes big market players.
Who do you root for, Cody?
In the NBA?
Who did you start watching in 2019?
LeBron, but now LeBron.
No,
now that the Lakers aren't any good anymore, he's not a LeBron fan anymore. He doesn't like LeBron anymore. He's a Jokic guy now.
No. I started watching the Lakers in 2016, or I started watching. Normally, I'm interested in where LeBron's playing. Ever since that Warriors-Cavs series in 2016, I've been just kind of following LeBron.
But once LeBron got past championship winning age, he's turned his back on LeBron.
That's true.
And he doesn't really have a team anymore. He kind of came around on Jokic 2 years ago, but then Jokic lost last year, so he's not a Jokic guy anymore.
Cody, I was talking to some kid the other day. Kid's 7 years old. The teacher brought her kid into class. And the kid's really big into sports, really big into basketball, particularly the NBA. And he's telling me about all his favorite teams and his favorite players. And I'm thinking while I'm talking to him, this kid has no clue that LeBron came back 3-1. He wasn't there.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't. It made me feel so old because this kid's 7 years old, but he wasn't. He's got no clue LeBron came back 3-1.
Welcome to the club, Maddie.
The longer you stay alive, the more you'll feel that.
Maddie's 2 takes. Wow, 3-1 was cool. Wembanyama, really good.
Next time, tell me, hey, you're going to have your hot take of the week, and I'll have something prepared. You don't want
I thought you were a walking hot take. I had a lot of confidence
in you.
You don't want the old ones.
You don't want the old ones.
I'm interested to see how this gambling stuff kind of shakes.
I could tell you whatever you want to know about it. I'm as knowledgeable on this as anybody.
On the gambling stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really care about what's out there publicly in the past. I mean, we could all read that, but I'm saying I'm curious about what's coming, in terms of how players and teams handle injury reports and load management, and does that lead to players being more cautious whenever they're injured? Hey, we're just not going to play because I don't want to go out there and risk playing with this bum ankle, and then I have to leave the game 15 minutes into it and all my unders cash. Do people get more afraid about that, or do they just play more and just play harder? Because so far the first 3 nights of basketball has been really good. So we'll see if they can kind of continue that momentum. All right, Cody, Tennessee, Kentucky, final thoughts. How you feeling?
I feel like it'll be a Tennessee win. Probably not a Tennessee cover, although maybe I'm leaning toward it being a cover. 37-24, something like that. That's the score I got in my head.
All week long you've been acting like it's going to be a one-score game. Now you come out with 37-24?
Yeah, I feel like
this guy just goes whichever way the wind blows.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now, 37-24. Ask me tomorrow, though.
I'll ask you in a couple minutes. Hold on. Sam,
Okay.
where are you at?
I'm in between 34-20 and 34-23. One of those.
Maddie?
I'm very critical of this team, but for once, I think they're going to blow them out of the water. I think Tennessee's coming back after last week, 43-17.
Wow.
Blows them out of the water. Kentucky plays bad at home.
So we're going to go for 2 at some point in this game.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Kick a couple field goals.
Safety.
Yeah,
Could
safety.
Yeah.
You can figure it out.
I'd like to see us go for 2. We never go for 2.
Well, they can't.
Why not?
Because you get to the program so late. You saw it against Georgia. The team is incapable of running plays with 5 yards or less to the goal line. They can't do it. And that's a result of him getting here so late to the program. He doesn't know the plays.
I don't know if that's the reason
100%.
why, but
It's the last thing you work on if you're a coach and your team is the 2-point plays, the overtime plays. It's the last thing you work on.
I feel like is that true? I mean, you sound confident about it, but I feel like you should work on goal line stuff, pretty much every day. Like, I feel like a goal-to-go situation and 5-yard line and in, like, I feel like that should be something you do every day.
Unless they're saving their best plays. You saw it against Georgia. You saw it against Alabama. They cannot convert at the goal line.
We didn't get stopped at the goal line against Georgia. We just couldn't get in field goal range.
You drew up a play to have your slowest tight end go up against one of their best and fastest defenders. You undershort the throw, first of all, which they never should have done in the first place. And 2, haven't been able to do that all year.
Are you talking about Alabama?
Alabama.
You said Georgia.
Look at Georgia. Same thing in Georgia. You couldn't win in overtime.
We didn't. We were on the goal line in overtime. You started at the 25-yard line, Matty.
When you get to 2-point conversions,
we didn't do any 2-point conversions in overtime.
When we
kicked the field goal.
Yeah, how'd that go?
We made it that time,
how about the first time?
That wasn't on the goal line either, Matty.
Next time get to the
goal
line.
This has been a bad debut of Matty's hot take.
He also just said Kentucky's a bad team at home. Every single home game they've played has been a one-score game.
I wish Matty was here every day.
Cody, so how do you feel about the game?
37-27. I'll give Kentucky another field goal. They scored another one late.
Should be fun.
Yeah, I look forward to please, God, Tim Banks, if you're listening, don't give up like 30 points to Kentucky. My mentions, I won't be able to survive, and I'll be at a wedding. It'll be a whole thing. Just give me at least a B performance defense. Come on, don't get cooked by Kentucky.
We never get your score predictions, John. You always ask for.
No, I give them sometimes. I think 34-17. Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lodgen, one of the hygienists here at Knoxville Smiles. If your children are having sleep or behavioral issues, we have things we can do in modern dentistry that can help not just with their dental health, but also their overall health.